Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Columbus Blue Jackets dominated the Chicago Blackhawks 4-0 last night. The win marked 7 in a row for the Jackets going into the Olympic break. The CBJ won't play again until the 26th. The Cleveland Cavaliers won in blowout fashion versus the Clippers in LA, 124-91. Neither James Harden or Darius Garland played for their new teams. Harden can make his Cavs debut Saturday versus the Sacramento Kings. Both the Ohio State men's and women's basketball teams are in action tonight. The men will be taking on Maryland on the road with tip-off at 8:30 here on The Fan, while the 9th-ranked women's team will be in Seattle for a top 25 matchup with the 24th-ranked Washington Huskies. Tip-off for that one is at 9 over on The Fan, too. This update was sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats has a great deal waiting for you at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, buy one quesadilla deal, get one free on the app.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Featuring producer Dylan.
We're the 5 best rappers of all time.
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning. Go to hell. Tyvis, how are you?
Oh, I'm just doing peachy right now.
Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We're all just here.
My Cavs won last night.
They did.
I watched not 1 second of it because it came on.
They destroyed the Clippers.
10:30.
Oh, well, you're not watching that. Well, who wants to stay up and watch that?
Even if I wasn't doing this show, I wouldn't stay up to 10:30 to watch that.
No,
What if James Harden would have played? Would you have watched?
I would have watched the highlights the next day.
Yeah, I didn't
it's
understand
10:30.
that.
Like, no.
Did the trade not officially go through? Is it just like reports? I mean, because everybody's...
No,
James Harden has said he's already talked about how he didn't ask
to
he
be
didn't
traded.
push to be traded. It just so happened. But then he also said in those comments that like, oh yeah, I did say I don't want to get in the way.
I just know at the end of the game last night, all the Cavs players was saying goodbye to Darius, hugging and all of that stuff.
That's what I was saying is that's kind of weird, right? That you would think with the trade, like, why are they still with the team? Wouldn't they? I guess, was he there with the Clippers?
Probably. They was in L.A. and then if you seen the leak text from, I think it was from Fedor, maybe somebody, they had put out a text like that Kobe Oatman that came over to him, had a long conversation. They gave a long hug, and that was kind of the sign that was the end. But he was like practicing. He was at USC practicing or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
He had went through a workout, and they gave him the news, and he was very sad about it.
I'm sure he was.
And
I saw he put out
his goodbye.
Yeah, I put out a goodbye with the graphic and very nice words there about the Cavs. So, trade deadline in the NBA today at what, 4? I want to say is when the end of the trade deadline
It
is.
seemed like all the hard hitting stuff happened already.
True enough.
Anthony Davis on the move. Kristaps Porzingis is on the move.
Yeah, we got a lot going on with the NBA trade deadline. Believe it or not, we got a little more discussion about that coming up. Also at 7:00 this morning, the list. Top 5 NBA players who have never won a ring.
You know how difficult this was?
Oh, I'm still not done with mine.
I'm still contemplating on who I should, if I'm like, because I got a bunch of names that's not on it. I'm trying to make the case, should I put them on it? Yeah.
I had no issues with mine.
Oh, of
Is
course.
James Harden on there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's what inspired the list.
Is Dame Lillard
That doesn't mean it has to be on the list. It's just we thought of him, but he doesn't have to be on there. Let me ask you, do you value guys who play defense on your list, or are you just going purely for, like, scoring? Are we just going for, like, scorers, or are we going to have, like, guys who play actual basketball?
Hey, have you watched James Harden play defense this year? He's playing it.
Oh, good. Finally. 36 years old, and he's finally decided to show up and play a little defense. That's great.
He's competent enough to guard the 5th best player on the floor. Finally,
that's saying more than he used to with him.
That's all you got to do.
It used to be 5-on-4 whenever he was on the floor defensively. So yeah, that is good. By the way, why are we burying the lead? Why are we not talking about the biggest story in sports right now?
The hottest team in the NHL.
Oh yeah,
I'm sad about the break.
Shove that, Tampa Bay. Not the hottest team. I don't care how many games you won. What's the game you lost? To us? Yeah.
They did lose.
Lost to the Jackets. That's the one. And now the Jackets, yet again, just pummeled the Blackhawks last night. I saw somebody tweet this out, and it was spot on. It was the Drake meme, where it's like the tired, wired, woke, broke, whatever, but it's Drake, and it was like the old and busted was the Jackets giving up third period leads. The new and improved is the Jackets just destroying you for 60 minutes, which, I mean, they did against New Jersey 2 nights ago. Llast night,
Elvis was standing on his head.
Yeah,
Then
Elvis-
last night, Jet said,
Jet
hold
said,
my beer. I got something for you.
2 shutouts in a row.
They're unrecognizable.
That first back-to-back shutout by 2 different goalies in franchise history.
Is that right? I thought I saw that. I saw somebody say that, and then I thought I saw someone say we haven't had this happen since like 2010, and then I don't know what's true. I got to find the real stat on that because I saw Baker said unless I missed something, first back-to-back shutouts for the Blue Jackets since February 4th and 7th of 2020.
But 2 different
Back-to-back
goaltenders.
shutouts.
2 different goaltenders is the stat I gave.
Oh, you said 2 different goaltenders.
Yes.
Oh, hey, now
Yes.
I swear I saw something else.
They
No.
really got to.
No, here, this is from Porty. Portsline said the last time the Jackets had back-to-back shutouts with 2 different starting goalies was November 20th through 22nd, 2010. Matthew Garon with 35 saves, one at San Jose, and then Steve Mason and his tiny pads. No, his giant pads. I can't remember which one's which. Pads were wrong size, I remember. Anyway, Steve Mason had 27 saves. They won at home versus Nashville. That was in 2010.
Well, someone misinformed Jody, who said in the arena.
Well, that's
who
why
misinformed me, so someone should get fired.
That's a shame.
So it's whatever. It's back-to-back shutouts for the first time in 5+ years, right? 6 years. February 4th and 7th, 2020. So that's like
6 years.
we didn't even know about COVID back then. Think about that. That's something.
I don't even remember life too much before COVID.
Oh no, I do remember it.
We knew about COVID, but it just wasn't here yet.
Right. We knew about it, but we
It
were
was
like,
the China
yeah, you're right.
virus,
That was that when the people were on the that was when the people were on the boat. Like we left them on the boat. Remember
Right.
that?
Yes.
They were on that cruise ship, and it was like, stay out there. Don't bring it here. They were just at the dock, like waiting to get off the boat. Yeah. So anyway, it's been a while since the Jackets did that. Stained. Good for them. They now get to take a 3-week break, and I am choosing optimism on this one. Because I know there's plenty of reasons to sit there and say, oh, no, of course, the Jackets are on this epic winning streak. They're playing awesome, hottest team in the NHL. They're smoking teams at home, on the road, doesn't matter. Now we got to pause for 3 weeks, and we have to wait this out. The good news is this. There's only 2 Jackets that are going, right? I mean, if we're going to look at the positives, obviously it's 2 very important Jackets, right? But Zach Werenski is going for Team USA to the Olympics, and Elvis Merzlikins is going for, is it Latvia? I know he had the flag out yesterday. Yesterday he was skating around with it. That was very cool that they did that for those guys. They get a little send-off as they go to the Olympics, but the point here is that the majority of this team is going to get to rest, get healthy, do whatever they need to do to get their minds right, get a little break. And the fact of the matter is it has been a tough season because it is such a compressed schedule. Jackets are making every bit of hay with it right now. So hopefully when they get back, they jump right back in the fire. I feel like they play the Islanders and Boston right away. And they're only
they need that.
They're only 2 behind the Islanders right now for that final playoff spot.
Well, Islanders play tonight, I believe.
Hope they lose.
I hope they do.
I hope they lose,
play
and I
the
hope
Devils.
everybody gets hurt. That's what I hope.
They play the Devils.
in non-painful ways. I hope everybody gets injuries where they're like, oh, yeah, like the Bo Nix broken ankle, where it's just like, oh, yeah, he walked off the field. Can't play the rest of the year. I hope that's what happens to all the Islanders tonight.
Also, the 2 teams that they're chasing, the Bruins and the Islanders, are the teams that they will play coming out of the break.
That's what literally I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was listening to Rick Bowness.
Oh,
who actually
what did Bones say?
He made me kind of depressed when he said what he said last night.
What did he say?
Yeah.
The reality is we've just got 22 points out of 24, and we still don't have a playoff spot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
When
Hang on.
I was
Why did that
optimistic.
depress you?
Then I heard him say that, and I said, "This team is super hot. You got 22 of the last 24 possible points, and if the playoffs started today, you still wouldn't be in it."
Well,
Well, the good news is the playoffs don't start today.
Amen, Tyvis.
Look at that, Tyvis. Also, I will just add, this is why it's not okay to start off seasons like the Jackets did this year. And so that is the look, you can't undo what happened before, New Year's, right? I mean, that's done. That happened. It sucks. It's bad. However, since they made the change, and I will give the Jackets that bit of credit, I know they, as an organization, haven't deserved a lot of benefit of the doubt given the last 25 years of misery. However, since they made this change, it has gone as well as you could hope, right? And that's the one.
They lost one game.
Yeah, I mean,
that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That's more than a new coaching bump, right? It's something has changed fundamentally with the way this team plays. So
we lost one game.
Should we call Dean Evison and ask him if he thinks this team would be on this run if he was still the coach? Should we try it?
I don't know that we should. We
should come up.
Boy, that'd be a hell of an interview.
Seeing that I tell you what, seeing that today is Thursday and we doing the list.
Mm-hmm.
We should call him and ask him for his top 5.
Ask him for his top 5 Christmas
Dean
movies.
Evison, what do you think? What's your what did you think in Far Flingham Flam, wherever he grew up? What's the name of the place? Remember Flim Flam?
Flim
Did he
Flam.
grow up in like Flim Flam? Ask him how it is in Flim. Were you watching the NBA back in the day in Flim Flam?
He is in Flim Flam.
What are your thoughts on James Harden playing defense? It's improved, right? Very good. Anyway, so Jackets time. Great stuff there. In fact, we are going to talk to just some guy. I don't know if you heard. Rick Nash going to join us at 7:30. We will chat with what is his new title now? Player Development Director, I believe.
Director of Player Development.
Yes.
That just sounds cooler.
Yeah,
than what
whatever.
you
Either
said.
way. Well,
So
whatever.
I think that's what it is.
Same words, just rearranged. That's right. One of the worst trades of all time is now official. It may be the worst trade in sports history. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Thursday. Well, a heads up for our West Side drivers. If you're stepping out the door right now, keep in mind we are noticing a crash on 70 eastbound. So as you're heading downtown, just passing State Route 29 and right before that State Route 142 area just north of West Jefferson, shoulders are blocked, but thankfully it's not really causing any impacts to your commute. Still looking good as you're heading downtown as of right now. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads can quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Did you know that Tansky Sawmill Toyota has a Toyota certified collision center? They only use Toyota factory parts, and the cars are put back together by Toyota trained technicians. Don't trust just anyone to keep your Toyota a Toyota. In the unfortunate case of an accident, bring your Toyota to Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit TanskyAutobody.com to schedule an appointment, or visit them today. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Think Tansky.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Do you have an oak tree in your yard? The Ohio Chapter International Society of Arboriculture is committed to advancing responsible tree care practices while preventing a fungal disease called oak wilt. They remind those who own and manage oak trees the best time to prune is November to early March. To find out more, there are over 1,000 qualified tree experts in Ohio. To find an ISA-certified arborist in your area, visit treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Rothman and Ice.
If I gave somebody my number and they called me, I'm out. I don't know you like that. You don't need to be calling my phone. We can text.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Patchy fog this morning, otherwise a chilly start with cold air. The main story for this afternoon is highs will only get into the low 20s with mostly cloudy skies. For tonight, mostly cloudy overnight with our lows in the teens, and then snow develops as we head into the morning commute, becoming a little bit heavier as we go toward the lunch hour. 1 to 2 inches will be possible with highs in the mid to upper 30s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan. One of these men was prom king. The other is Tyvis. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
The list is coming up at 7 a.m. The list today, top 5 NBA players who've never won a ring in honor of James Harden.
This is hard.
Going to the Cavs.
This is hard.
Dude, I
have 4. No, I have 5 honorable mentions.
You can't have 5 honorable mentions.
Well, I'm still rotating the list.
Chop it off.
I'm not done yet.
Mike Vrabel it. Let's go. You got to leave them 6.
You can leave 7 o'clock.
The list is 5. You can add 1 honorable mention at 6. That's it. No more. Chop it off at 6. Leave her half, whatever he said. That's what I'm talking about. By the way, my wife heard that segment and said it was the funniest thing I've ever said. And I was like, what? I didn't even really say anything, honey. I said that.
Leave her half.
Well, she was saying about how I brought up the fact that, I don't know if 6 is what we even, I don't know if that's enough. Maybe on a good day. And she was like, that was the funniest. And I'm like, funniest thing? Really? It's Hot Take Thursday. So one of the worst trades of all time is now official. Luka Doncic trade. Remember that? Happened a year ago?
Yeah, overnight. Everybody woke up to it, and everybody thought that it was like...
Getting punked.
Yeah. Shout out to Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, that was one of the... I'll tell you, of the things in the news, I'm not kidding you, and I know not everybody's an NBA fan, but just understand, the way that news hit me, there were 2 events in my life in the last probably 10 years, sports-wise, that hit like that. One was the Luka Doncic trade. The other was a bunch of Crew fans went to sleep one night and didn't know that a tweet went out at 11 p.m. from this guy, Grant Wall, who was a reporter, who said, the Crew are in discussions to move to Austin, Texas. And the owner, Anthony Precourt, is looking at moving the team to, and that came out late at night. And I saw it overnight. So I was texting with a few people, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so then I go to bed, I get up the next morning, and then all the people who had slept all night. And I knew this. I was like, oh my gosh, there's people who are asleep right now. They have no idea that the team's moving. And I was I felt for these people. I'm like, you're going to be so shocked when you wake up.
Yeah.
I can't even text you because I don't want to wake you up with that, but you're going to have to find out at some point. That's how I felt about the Luka Doncic trade, where I was like, I cannot believe this has happened.
You really, when you first see it, you got to because I seen it on Twitter or X. And it's like, you got to go check this source. Like, make sure that this is them. This is Shams.
Yes, that's how shocking
this ain't
it was.
Shams' fake account with the blue check. This is the Shams.
It's like Shams with 2 M's or something. You're like, wait, that's not him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Or it's not NBA. It's not NBA Central. It's NBA Centel. Like, you got to make sure.
Yes, got to make sure it's real. Yes.
Because then once you seen it was real, it was like, what are they doing?
I know this was pre-social media, but don't people say that the Browns got moved overnight?
Yes.
Did that? I'm trying to remember if that
I
was
just feel like that's
overnight.
a thing that people say.
Yeah, I mean, definitely like the Colts back when they moved from Baltimore to Indy, like they literally, the trucks were getting loaded overnight and left, and that's when the announcement
Maybe that's
came
what
out.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the Colts definitely did like an overnight. I mean, the Browns thing was like very well known that they were moving. It was like well publicized. They had like farewells. You know, the fans were protesting. Like it was a big thing. The Colts, it was literally like in the middle of the night. Just whoop, see you later from Baltimore to Indy. But yeah, anyway, so yesterday, the reason I'm bringing this up is because yesterday, Anthony Davis, who was the centerpiece of that Luka trade, gets traded from the Mavs out
to the Wizards.
To the Wizards, right?
They're building a dynasty over there with Trae Young and AD.
Sure. Yeah. What year is this? Okay. So anyway, here is now what after that trade. So they traded Anthony Davis, right? So that's the last piece of that Luka Doncic trade that the Mavs have. Here is everything now that the Mavericks got for Luka Doncic. You ready for me to read this to you? Max Christie is the actual, like, probably best player in this whole litany of names I'm going to read to you. And if you're saying who, that's because, right, like, because I'm sure anybody other than, like, hardcore NBA fans is probably not super aware of Max Christie.
Doug Christie's son.
Yes, that's right. But that's probably the best connection. Oh, we hope so. Chris Middleton, who is just like a buyout candidate at this point. Okay. A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, former Buckeye.
Go Bucks.
Who, by the way, Malachi Branham and D'Angelo Russell swapped places, I believe, in this deal. Did they not? Yes. I feel like Branham went from the Wizards and Russell went to the... So 2 Buckeyes got traded in this deal. But anyway, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley II, Thunder's 2026 first-round pick.
Still hooping?
I know, right?
Bagley?
Yes, exactly. The Thunder's first-round pick, which will probably be the last pick of the first round. Lakers 2029 first-round pick. That is more than 3 years away. You're going to have to wait for that one. Warriors 2030 first-round pick, which is top 20 protected. Suns 2026 second-round pick. A bunch of second-round picks. Who cares? So that's what they got for one of the best players in the game in Luka Doncic.
Generational talent.
Generational talent.
Yeah.
They got nothing. Nothing for that dude. It is perhaps the worst trade in the history of sports.
Is it worse than Deshaun Watson?
That's a great. You know what? Next week on the list, the worst trades in sports history.
I'll write it down.
Write that down. We already have a list for today, but now next week, worst trades in sports history. Because you know what, Deshaun Watson's, it's up there.
The best.
You basically gave the Texans a playoff team and a bunch of first round picks for a guy who has been controversial and bad for you.
To me, to this day, the Ricky Williams trade is the funniest one.
What did they give up? I'm trying to remember what the Ricky Williams trade was.
They gave up all their picks.
Was that for the draft? Yes, to draft him. That's right.
Picks.
That's right. I forgot about that.
They gave up all their picks.
You know what I believe, didn't the Cowboys do that with, or no?
Well, they traded.
No. They traded Herschel Walker to the Vikings. And the Vikings gave them all the picks.
Yes.
And then they went out and built a dynasty.
Yes, that's who they traded drafted everybody that's anybody on that Cowboys dynasty with the picks they got from that trade.
That's right. Okay, so we got a few candidates for that. So next week on the list, yeah, see, that's good. We've already got usually we're sitting around a Wednesday afternoon going, what are we going to do for the list tomorrow? We have next week's already sorted out. That's great. So anyway, yeah, I know you love NBA talk. We'll spare you the rest of that, but just that may be one of the worst sports trades in history. Also, we talked a lot about the Jackets in the first segment. They're doing awesome. Dylan, you had a problem with this discussion the other day, and I'm thinking we need to revisit it. Buckeye Hoops. Tonight they play Maryland.
Yes.
In College Park. Tickets, get in the door price, $4 if you want to go.
Oh, nice.
It's $4.
Let's hop on the PJ and get to Landover.
Oh, trust me, if I lived there, I would be going. I mean, not even as a Buckeye fan. Like, it could be 2 random it's $4 to go to a college basketball game. That's great. Not great for the sport, but great for me personally because it's cheap and you can take the kids and all that. Now, here's the thing. We talked about this yesterday, how Maryland is bad. They're like ranked 170th in the net rating. Like, they don't have any quality wins. They're not very good.
They've lost 4 of their last 5, and their one win was against Penn State, who's also
bad.
terrible.
Also bad. So when you look at this Buckeye basketball schedule, we have Maryland tonight, then Michigan on Sunday at home, USC, Virginia, which is the neutral site game on Valentine's Day, Wisconsin at home, at Michigan State, at Iowa, Purdue, at Penn State, and Indiana to round it out. Other than Maryland and Penn State, you are talking about teams that are all going to be basically quad 1, quad 2 type of wins. You are talking about teams that are going to be very difficult to beat. We're trying to find the pathway for the Buckeyes to get to 19 or 20 wins. They have 14 right now, so they need at least 5. What we were talking about earlier in the week was how on Common Man and Timmy, they were calling this game a must-win. Dylan, you didn't like that, but I kind of see their point.
It's not a must-win, but it's a cannot lose.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, if they lose this one we're penciling in, this and Penn State are like the no doubt they should win these games not in their sleep. Nothing's easy, but if they lose these games, then you have to go find wins against Purdue, at Iowa, Purdue, like games that are going to be much tougher to win. And I just don't have the confidence in this team to do that.
That's why it's quote unquote not a must win. I understand the sentiment of those guys saying games like this are a must win, but if they lose tonight and then win the rest of their games, that made it not a must win. Well, because then they're automatically in. To me, a must win is like you're down 3-1 in a 7-game series, a must win. Because if you don't win, your season is literally over. Not theoretically over, but actually over.
Right.
It's just an overused phrase.
I guess that speaks to our level. I know what you mean, and I see that point too. But that almost feels like if you were talking to, your spouse about like a job interview, and you hadn't had a job for a year, and they finally got one that they have you brought in, and you're like a finalist for the job. And if your spouse says, hey, it's a pretty important interview today, right? And your response is like, no, not really, because I just hit the lottery and everything will be fine. And it's like, yeah, but we're counting on this one. This is kind of like the easiest pathway.
Right.
If you don't do this, things get a lot tougher. So, all right, fine. Not a must win tonight, but like you said, Tyvis.
It's a cannot lose.
Better not. This is bad if you lose this game. So
this is the easiest win on their schedule.
Well, that or the at Penn State. Between the two of those, I would think, right?
They
like
both
it's between
rank
those two.
Terribly.
They're both bad. So I'm saying we're counting on those two for the resume. Not that builds your resume, but just fills up some wins. But then you have to go out and get a few extras that are going to be a lot more difficult. So, yeah, tonight, that game, by the way, thankfully, it's at a reasonable time. 8:30 on FS1.
Oh, gosh.
For those of us who have to get up super early, that's not ideal, is all I'm saying. But they don't have to consider us for that. It's prime time for the Buckeyes to hopefully show off what they can do, and hopefully that's a good thing. But yeah, that Maryland team is bad. Buckeyes are favored by 7.5 in this game, for what that's worth. So
to that point, there's 10 games left on their schedule. I would guess they would be favored in 3 of them, maybe 4 of them.
I would say obviously the Penn State and what's the Indiana game, maybe
USC.
USC at home.
Maybe
Indiana.
Those are the 3. Maryland, USC, and Penn State are the 3 that I know they'll be favored in. The other ones probably not.
Right. So this is not a must win tonight, but better get the job done. Don't drop the ball here.
The good news is that they're starting to get more contributions off the bench. So you're gonna need everybody. And some of these, when you get to these big boy games, everybody's gonna have to pull their weight and. Starting to get Amari Bynum, you're getting Taysom Chapman off the bench.
Let's hope so.
That's
Yeah.
They got to put it together.
They have to. Come on. Get Bruce to the tournament.
It can't be just the historic performance by Bruce or John Mobley. It has to be all of them.
So there's this little thing going on Sunday called the Super Bowl. The Radio Row, Media Row thing is happening where all the radio stations are in town. There was some drama at Radio Row yesterday at the Super Bowl. We'll tell you about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning to you. Well, if you are traveling outside of Marysville, keep in mind we are noticing a crash on 33. It's that westbound direction at Allen Center Road. So really, as you are heading towards Pottersburg, expect some lane closures out there, but still looking pretty green on our time saver traffic map. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on moneyline, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Got this. Breathe. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics.
Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show.
News, special guests, and everything scarlet and gray. The Fan. Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut. Minus the protein.
And it's more than one donut.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I may have caused Tyvis some of his worst heartache ever by suggesting this list topic for today at 7.
I have redid my list 4 times just sitting here. Like, I have so many names on this paper that you can't just pick 5. Like, there's no way. There's no way. And then you want me to rank them? Like, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yes.
This is like picking the best receivers out of Ohio State. Like, that's ridiculous.
That was a stupid idea.
We did that one, and that was rough too. Yeah, but the list. Top 5 NBA players to never get a ring. That'll be coming up at 7 o'clock. By the way, I don't want to derail the whole thing. I will get to the Super Bowl story in a minute. But Alex in the chat, thank you for joining us this morning. He said, what is the worst item? And we already have this listing, which is contentious. This could also be very difficult to suss out. What is the worst item at your favorite fast food spot and vice versa? For me, I love Taco Bell, but their Nachos Bel Grande is mid.
My mother-in-law would disagree with you.
Oh, she loves the Nachos Bel Grande? Interesting. I think I've had it one time, and I've never gone back to it personally.
I've never really had it. I know what it is.
Fine.
It seems like it'd be great, but
It's
I just never.
It's fine. He also said though the opposite of that, which is like a place you don't really like, but the food is great. Like one of their items is great. He apparently doesn't like Burger King, but he said their Hershey's Sundae pie. I presume he's saying that's awesome.
That's facts.
If you haven't had that
Hershey's pie back when I was in high school. Ooh-wee.
Guess what, Tyvis? Good news. So many things have changed in life. They haven't changed that recipe one bit. I think they still got pies from when you were in high school, still just in the freezer, and they pop them out, and they're delicious. Still great. Still doing awesome. So, yeah, that's I like that idea. Keep that going in the chat. At Bone and or what? Yeah, that too. At Bone and Tyvis 971 on Twitter. You can get in on the NBA list discussion. You can get in on the worst item at your favorite fast food place or the opposite of that. You can also do it in the YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis.
I know I've said this before, but my favorite place, Popeyes, worst item, hot take, their chicken tenders.
Bone hates you every time you say that.
Listen,
I'm not saying they're bad. It's just everything else is so much better.
Hang on. I just went and had their chicken sandwich, and I told you it's like recession chicken. Like, it's not what it was.
It's still better than the tenders.
No. That's, come on.
I tell you what, though, to be honest with you.
Chicken sandwich was fine. I'm going
to agree with Bone. Like, I went and had the spicy chicken sandwich. It's been months now. And the last time I had it, I was like, yeah, no, this ain't what it used to be. But them sweet and spicy wings. Woo.
Yes.
Oh, I need to have the sweet and spicy wings. I haven't done that.
Those are my second favorite. But Tyvis, when's the last time you went to Popeyes and ordered chicken tenders?
The spicy tenders.
I told you I went the other day. I went,
how was it?
2 weeks ago.
How were they?
Remember I came back and
said you had the black and ranch. And you had the black and ranch.
I had the ranch.
I'm talking about the original, just plain old chicken tenders.
Who does that?
I wasn't defending those. I'm defending the spicy tenders.
Who does that?
The spicy tenders are where it's at.
I'm talking about just the chicken tenders.
That never.
Never. You know what? Worst thing on their eyes. I thought you were saying all of their tenders combined, and I'm saying, no, the spicy tenders are where it's at. I never even have had the regular ones. I just went right for the spicy. That's what I used to say.
We're on the same
when we would have
now.
free pay-per-view weekends, I would go right for the spicy. That's what I would do. So this is interesting. A little bit of a loser's brawl out at the Super Bowl Radio Row yesterday. Ryan Leaf, who, give him credit, he has had a very, very rough life. If you're not aware of his, former NFL draft bust, who famously, I believe, was he taken first or second? I always forget because there was
second behind Peyton Manning.
But there was a big argument about, was it him or Peyton Manning? They were both right there, and then it turned out one was a Hall of Famer, the other is not. But then after that, he had issues with substance abuse, ended up going to jail for a little bit, ended up getting clean, from what I understand, and turned his life around. Now he helps other people, let him live. But he has a big beef with Dr. David Chow. Do you know who Dr. David Chow is?
Never heard of him.
So he was at one time the Chargers team physician.
Okay.
He has now on social media become this guy who's, whenever there's an injury on the field and they don't quite say what it is or you're not exactly sure, he's one of these Twitter doctors that will pop on there and be like, in my expert opinion, looking at the way the clavicular bone with blah, 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 I see displacement, I see this, he's going to need surgery, and he'll be out 4 to 6 months. And now sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong. To be fair to him, he's not looking at the medical records. He's just watching on TV like we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he gets some traction because he talks somewhat knowledgeably about injuries. The problem is this guy has a very checkered past, this Dr. David Chow. He has been, number one, I believe, has at least faced suspension of his medical license different times in California. One of them was because he prescribed a cold, those cold things you can put on your legs, your feet, those if you're trying to get healthy from an injury or you're an athlete, those they have water that runs through them. It's for rehabilitation.
Oh, yeah, the Game Ready.
Yeah, they're like big padded wraps that you put on your legs, on your arm.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hot and cold therapy. Well, he prescribed something like that to a person who ended up getting frostbite from it because of whatever he prescribed, the amount of time he prescribed, the usage of it. It got so cold that it actually
20 minutes on, 20 minutes off.
Well, that's not what he prescribed.
Well, he lied to him. 3
patients have claimed that he hurt them by ineptly performing surgery. He also allegedly caused neurovascular damage during hip surgery. Anyway, he's had his issues with being a good doctor. And then he now goes on Twitter where people are not getting treated by him. They're just listening to him talk about stuff. And he's got a bit of a following.
Hold on. Wait, what's his name? Let me look him up.
Well, Dr. David Chow. So anyway, Ryan Leaf apparently got into it with him at Radio Row yesterday.
Oh, he got 22. He got 2002. Wow.
Can't even talk today.
2026.
How many? Say it again.
226,000. It's like This is like a
he's got it.
McElroy.
Yeah. But I guess basically this goes back to at one point Ryan Leaf sued him over some issue that they had over previous treatment that Ryan Leaf had with this Dr. David Chow. Anyway, they've seen each other at the Super Bowl before. They've seen each other at places, but apparently yesterday he just decided enough's enough. Ryan Leaf went up to him and verbally confronted this guy. They got into it in front of other media members. So there was a guy named Scott Kaplan who does radio, and he was kind of retelling the story. And then he had David Chow on and said, what happened? David Chow, to his credit, said, I'm not going to air out all the, you know, it was just words. It wasn't fisticuffs. Snitches get stitches, so I'm not going to tell everything that happened there. But I don't know, man. Like, whatever you think of either of those guys,
so
don't settle it this way.
Did he operate on Ryan Leaf or something?
Well, one of the things that Ryan Leaf has a problem with him is that he claims when Junior Seau, obviously, you know, we all know had
passed away,
dealt with mental health issues, committed suicide.
CTE. He was like the first big CTE. They wanted to scan his brain and all of that.
Right. So apparently, Ryan Leaf had said or believes that Dr. David Chow discouraged the family from getting his brain studied. And that would have helped with like CTE issues and all that.
Oh, Dr. David Chow told them not to do it.
That's what Ryan Leaf claims. Dr. David Chow claims, no, I actually went to their house and told them to do it and arranged for the NIH, the National Health Institution, that they would take it and look at it, and they did. So he says Ryan Leaf has his facts wrong on that. Anyway, Ryan Leaf does not like this guy. He believes he's bad on CTE. He believes he's bad on a lot of former player treatments. So they had it out at Media Row. Which is why next year.
Man, I wish I would have been there. I would have been sitting there like, ooh.
You say this doctor, he predicts kind of injuries on his Twitter?
Like he uses his medical expertise. When you're watching a game, it's like, oh, that could be a torn ACL. Look at how his knee did this. You know.
Do you think he was watching the 2008 NBA Finals Game 1, the Paul Pierce wheelchair game, and he knew that Paul just pooped his pants and didn't actually hurt his knee? Do you think he knew that in real time?
I mean, you don't have to be a doctor to figure that one out. That was very clear. That was weird. The projected number 1 pick has been charged with assault. Tell you about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, slowdowns are getting slightly worse in our southeast Columbus area, really just south of Bexley. We are continuing to watch a crash on 70, that westbound direction, just passing that 33 intersection. We have 2 left lanes that are still blocked out there and down to 15 miles per hour. Traffic really congested all the way towards South Hamilton Road out there, folks. Take it nice and easy as you are heading downtown. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Columbus, are you hungry? Well, it's a good thing Uber Eats has the best deals at all your favorite local restaurants. Like this great deal at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, you can get a buy one, get one free quesadilla deal, all on the Uber Eats app. That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
Matty Ice here with the Columbus Men's Clinic. Guys, you've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you're noticing issues with low T or ED, then your relationships, your confidence, and even your career has already been affected. So, guys, no more excuses. Columbus Men's Clinic has a medical provider focused solely on ED and low T the right way. Since 2014, they've been helping men get safe, effective treatment for over a decade. So call them at 614-300-7400 right now or book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmen'sclinic.com. Did you know there's treatments that can help you maintain what you've got? Yeah, that's right, fellas. Just like going to the gym to maintain muscle, there are ways to keep ED and low T at bay without a pill. So it's time to show up for yourself, for your family, and a lot more by going to the Columbus Men's Clinic. Call them at 614-300-7400 or book them online at columbusmen'sclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, for every man in every season of life.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. Great cars, great deals, Great Lakes. GLakesHyundai.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years, and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL, 614-962-7355, or selltohometeam.com.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money. Sunday mornings at 9.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility.
The Fan.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky's Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And tracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
I love the pettiness of some of our Ohio State fan brethren. I don't mean on the Fan. I just mean fans of Ohio State. Are you aware of the Twitter account OSU Play Every Day?
No.
Okay.
Oh, where they do a play, random play in OSU?
The name says random Ohio State play every day.
I'm going to go follow it.
Well, I am too after this because it was a great idea by them. So remember how we talked about Bryson Shaw, the safety who transferred to USC and then had all this crap to talk? Him and Steel Chambers went kind of viral. Which, you know what? Smart by them. They knew what they were doing. Let's rage bait the Ohio State fan base, get a bunch of clicks and people to what we talked about it. Everybody was talking about it. And you got a bunch of people now online mad about it, but you also probably got a bunch of interactions. And hope it's worth it for you. Bryson Shaw, enjoy playing lacrosse, which I believe is what he does now, not playing football. Either way, the random Ohio State Play Everyday Twitter account. Yesterday's play was a play where Bryson Shaw took one of the worst angles towards a tackle I've ever seen in my life and got burned by Maryland in a game that Ohio State was thoroughly trouncing Maryland, by the way. But he got stiff-armed down the sideline, chasing down a Maryland player and could not keep up. So that was
I can't say nothing.
Random.
I can't really say nothing to the guy.
No, you could watch. You could watch this play. You could watch this play.
I can't even really say nothing.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was like he still. The problem was he still got to the guy and then just could not tackle him because he once he got to him, the guy still burned him. So it was a bad angle. It was bad. It was everything.
Worse than my Tevin Coleman angle.
Tevin Coleman's a dog. That's different.
Rolling. Who is the guy from Maryland?
I don't know who it is. It's number 5, but I don't even know. I'm trying to go remember what year it was. I don't remember which. Yeah, but it's it's definitely not random. Is all I'm saying. That was definitely
not
a
at
choice.
All. Not at all. Even put the captions on it so you know it's him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I said the projected number 1 pick has been charged with assault, and if maybe that led you to believe I was talking about football, well, you were wrong. That was on my bad a little bit. I didn't say what sport it was.
No, it was like Fernando Mendoza did what?
No. He's doing just fine. As the afternoon show would say, he's a good, clean boy. Mike and Timmy would say that. But this is not good, clean boy stuff from Gavin McKenna. Gavin McKenna is on Penn State's hockey team, and we talked about this with Rick Nash the last time we had him on. We're going to have Rick on again coming up at 7:30 for what that's worth. But not to talk about this, just about other stuff. But he brought up in the past that, the juniors hockey is a thing, right? That's been considered previously like professional, and you're not allowed to go play in college if you're in juniors. If you play like high major juniors, you're not allowed to go play in college, at least previously. They changed that rule. So now guys like Gavin McKenna who are going to be in the NHL draft and who are like he's presumed to be the number 1 pick. Well, now this guy can play college hockey.
Yeah, is that what Jackson Smith did? Was he?
I don't know if that's the same because he got drafted and then went to go play for college. This dude here is Gavin McKenna has not been drafted yet. He is going to be drafted I believe he's draft eligible this year.
And then he's going to college.
He's already in college. He's playing at Penn State. He played yes.
So he's playing with Jackson.
Yes, he is. He's on that Penn State team, right. So Jacket's pick is Jackson Smith, for those who are not aware.
Not right. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Different guy entirely. But yeah, he is widely considered to be the number 1 prospect in the 2026 draft. But now these guys can play in college for a year and then go do that if they want to.
Okay, I got you.
Anyway, well, bad news for Gavin McKenna, who is apparently facing a felony charge following an alleged incident at a bar in State College, PA on Saturday night. So Saturday, they played an outdoor game at Happy Valley between Michigan State and Penn State. And I think he scored a goal and had 2 assists.
Cade Lindstrom on
I believe Michigan so, State? Yes. So
there's
so a bunch of Jackets were on the ice for this game, apparently. But in either case, this Gavin McKenna, after the game, Penn State, I believe, won the game. They went out to a bar with friends and family. It wasn't like a raucous party scene. It was just out there with friends and family. The allegation supposedly is someone popped off to a member of his family. I've seen on social media and elsewhere it's been implicated that someone at the bar kind of got at Gavin McKenna's mom. Gavin McKenna allegedly turned around and gave this guy a 2-piece and said 1-2, bop, bop, dropped this dude.
Oh, just
left the scene. Yeah, just hit him with the 2-piece. And
all that was needed.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Well, that guy was then taken to the hospital where he had a broken jaw. And so he didn't just like touch this guy up. I mean, he very much
just
landed
2 shots, broke his jaw.
It was
I like it.
It was Uber Eats, my friend. It was delivered on time. Let's put it that way. That 2-piece combo made it to its destination.
So he like Matthew Olivier. I like it.
I mean, that's okay if you're doing it in the rink during a hockey game. It's not okay. Now, no one should be talking about people's parents or whatever the situation was, but also probably if you're a star player, you got all the stuff to lose. Don't get into a fist fight at a bar with a guy, allegedly. So now he is facing misdemeanor assault charges, I guess, over this. So that's not good. I think, I'm sorry. 1 felony aggravated assault charge. That is bigger news. Then he's also got a couple misdemeanor assault charges with this, but yeah, that's a guy who's projected to be the number 1 pick and would be like playing in the NHL next year. He's obviously a star in college.
I don't condone violence at all. I also understand like you have to protect your mother, but I also would say the smart thing is if you got a family, other family there, they got to step up and take that one. You got to protect the money.
Someone
at all.
Else, yeah.
You got to protect the money at all parts, all times.
That's fair.
Also, somebody else take that one.
If you're the projected number 1 pick and your family's in town, maybe don't go to a campus bar.
Well, there's that too. But you know what?
But if you're at a campus bar, like they should all be for Penn State, so it shouldn't be.
Yeah, but it's always. I mean, I don't know.
There is type thing. Like
who knows what?
I don't know.
Goes through people's minds. There's also people who just they just want to talk. Like you could be the biggest Buckeye fan, but then suddenly you see someone and you're like, oh yeah, but not him, and then they start.
The old Tyvis applauds it. The new Tyvis is like, okay, you can't do that.
Well,
that's wrong.
Is it older or new, or is it just like? There's a part of my brain that's
Dylan had the same thing go on. He said somebody said something to his mom and he had to go holler at that. Had to go see about it.
You did that, Dylan?
Dylan did. Yeah. What did they? Oh, they did the DX. They did the DX chop to his mom.
Yes.
When did they do that? What age are we talking here?
Maybe like 12.
Oh, okay. So at 12, someone talked about your mom and you got in a fight with them?
They didn't talk about her. They did
the DX chopped her. Well, that's different, right. Yeah, that's not good. But then what did you do? Did you go fight him?
Yeah.
I have completely memory hold. So is there any more to this story or just like, yeah, I fought him? Did you win?
No, that's it.
Did you win?
He didn't hit me at all, so yes.
Oh, okay. So
I swung first and I swung last.
There we go. Good. All right, nice. Now, again, I don't think it's old and new, Tyvis. It's the part of my brain that says I'd like to go. There's a part of me that applauds that. Like, go fight the guy who said something about your mom. But then there's the other part of my brain that says, however, think about your career. Is that the best way to settle our issues? All of that stuff. So, yeah, like there's a part of me that would give into that. It's probably not the best part of me, though, is what I'm saying. Same way with you. It's that's in there, but you probably know it's not the best decision.
I don't know if it's an old or a new thing either, Tyvis. I think it's more like the line chart, the F around and find out.
Yes.
It's like whether you have what you have to lose and whether it's worth it or not.
Oh,
so
yeah.
when you're a kid, you can fight anybody. You really ain't got nothing to lose. But once you start having stuff, like this guy could be the number 1 pick in the draft, so it's not worth punching some frat boy in the face.
Sure.
But if you ain't got nothing to lose, then go ahead and fight away.
That's like
okay. So let me ask you this.
Well, we gotta hit a break.
Dang it.
All right. You can ask your question, and then we'll do the list. The list, by the way, super easy list today. Top 5 NBA players without a ring. Tyvis has already almost decided he's going to quit over this because it's so difficult. We'll get to that list next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A new crash popping up in our southwest corner. It's happening on 71, that southbound direction, just passing State Route 41 over by Washington Courthouse. So expect some lane closures, especially if you're heading towards Cincinnati this morning. And just outside of Marysville, also noticing another incident on 33 westbound and Allen Center Drive. Really, as you're heading towards Pottersburg, expect some lane closures out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're already there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service for a full synthetic oil change for just $74.99. Plus, earn $7 toward your next service with Duramax dollars. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends February 28th. See store for details.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. Why? It's because the insulation in your windows has failed. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows and big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Act now and you get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. When your window insulation fails, usually due to old or cheap materials, all of your window's energy efficiency disappears. The result, a house that is cold in the winter and hot in the summer. The worst part is they could have failed years ago and you wouldn't even know about it. Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient that you'll actually save money on your utility bills. Plus, they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you won't have to live with broken windows again. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale and get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. Visit windownation.com now for a free consultation.
The big game calls for a big, tasty bowl. Treat your crew to Hothead Burritos Catering. You'll get 10% off any build-your-own bowl or burrito Sunday catering package for 10 or more. Make the right call. Order now, hotheadburritos.com.
The biggest football party of the year is at Hollywood Casino Columbus on Sunday, February 8th at the Sportsbook. I'm Scotty Vegas, and the party gets started at 5 with a special prop show with tons of betting advice and prizes. Enter win a helmet signed by a 7-time champion. It's a party everyone's talking about. Space is limited. The Sportsbook has massive screens, so reserve your spot at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
This is
is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Wealth Advisors. Get a complimentary second opinion to see if your portfolio is properly designed to achieve your goals before it's too late. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I grew up here, and after 25 years of telling this community's stories, this place still means so much to me. When I'm not in the newsroom, I'm usually out supporting the same people and causes I care deeply about. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Holiday shopping is fun, but those credit card balances aren't merry. Transfer them to a new Kemba Visa and enjoy 0% APR for 18 months on balances transferred in the first 90 days. Apply at Kemba.org and put more of your money toward debt, not interest. Offer ends March 31st, 2026. Restrictions apply. Variable rate product. Equal opportunity lender.
The best words to hear at the TSA security checkpoint? You're good to go. All it takes is a little preparation. Get to the airport early. Bring a carry-on bag that fits in the overhead. And have an acceptable ID. Not all state-issued IDs will cut it. Check out tsa.gov/ID and see which TSA acceptable IDs make the grade, like a real ID or passport.
Before you jet, do a little prep, and you're good to go. Check out tsa.gov/ID or the MyTSA app.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Columbus Blue Jackets dominated the Chicago Blackhawks 4-0 last night. The win marked 7 in a row for the Jackets going into the Olympic break. The Cleveland Cavaliers won in blowout fashion versus the Clippers in LA, 124-91. Neither James Harden or Darius Garland played for their new teams. Harden can make his Cavs debut Saturday versus the Sacramento Kings. Both the Ohio State men's and women's basketball teams are in action tonight. The men will be taking on Maryland on the road with tip-off at 8:30 here on The Fan, while the 9th-ranked women's team will be in Seattle for a top 25 matchup with the 24th-ranked Washington Huskies. Tip-off for that one is over at The Fan 2 at 9 o'clock. This update is sponsored by Eco Plumbers. Get $500 in free plumbing services when you buy a new water heater. Visit geteco.com and book today.
Tyvis says that in all his years being in football locker rooms, he never once looked at another man's junk. He cannot say the same thing about working at this radio station. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Were you going to say something before we went to break? I feel like you were going to. I cut you off because it's something with Dylan.
Yeah, what was I going to say?
Talking about DX chopping his mom. I know that was happening. Fighting people.
You were asking me, I was saying certain things are worth fighting for at certain points in life. If you got stuff to lose and you don't got stuff to lose.
You
and
said
then you're going to ask me something
about like when you had kids, you had
like
more to lose.
pre-kid, pre-radio career. If you said something about my mom, we were going to fight. Now
I lost it.
Now I'm not so sure. I'm probably sorry, Mom. I'm not defending your honor.
I lost it. I wish I would have wrote it down.
Oh, that's all right.
I had a good question, and I can't remember.
I know.
What
I'm
it
sorry.
was.
I did that.
I should have wrote.
My bad.
Man, I'm getting old. I lost it.
Well, here's something not to forget. Coming up at 7:30, we have Rick Nash joining us. He will be here to talk about the Jackets. They're obviously hitting a break right now because the Olympics are coming up. Actually, the Olympics already started. I saw that yesterday where like curling was already happening. I'm like, well, wait a second. The opening ceremony's Friday, but we have the Olympics before pre-Olympic Olympics. So whatever. Anyway, we're going to talk to Rick Nash about the break, about the Jackets run, Rick bonus, that and more coming up at 7:30 right here on The Fan.
The best, the worst, and sometimes even the dumbest. It's all here on The List.
Sponsored by Baths R Us. Go to bathsrus.com to schedule your free estimate. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Okay, today's list, very contentious Tyvis is having an aneurysm trying to figure out.
This is ridiculous.
Dylan, did you struggle with the list as much as he is?
Not at all.
Okay.
My list took about 1 minute.
Wow.
That's wild.
Well, that means that. Well, we're going to find out how good it is, Dylan. This is top 5 NBA players to never get a ring. James Harden famously does not have a ring. Is he on this list? We'll find out. He's joining the Cavs. Maybe that's his chance to get a ring or not. My number 5 on this list, starting off with a banger. Carmelo Anthony. One of the greatest players to never get a ring. Let him live. Melo is awesome. Not the greatest defensive player, I will grant you, but as an offensive force, hard to stop, hard to argue in his prime, as good as just about anyone to ever do it. Carmelo Anthony's my number 5.
This is sad.
Go ahead, Tyvis. Go ahead. Tyvis, by the way, how many honorable mentions did you want to have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wrong.
6
You are only
honorable mention.
One. You can have 1.
6.
Pick
Yeah,
1.
6 of them.
No, you can't. That's not the list. The list is 5 guys, and then you can add 1 and have 6.
Okay,
an honorable mention.
My honorable mention is Reggie Miller.
Oh, that's
choking and smoking constantly.
I'm going to fight someone over that. But go ahead. That's fine.
He must be on your
list. Your list, not mine.
Number
Go ahead.
5, Chris Paul.
I love it.
Not a point, not the point guard, the point guard.
That's right.
Damn.
Chris Paul. You ain't got him on there, huh?
I just realized I left him on.
Yeah.
I don't have him on
You've
there.
lost your mind.
But it's not because I forgot about him.
That's why now you see.
I didn't forget about him. I had him on the list of the candidates, and then I was like, no, I think I finally figured this out. And I didn't.
Forgot all about him. The one of the arguably the best point guard.
Pure point guard.
Yes. Point guard to be on the list. That's
argue with the wall if you don't agree with that.
What you got, Dylan?
My honorable mention is Kevin Durant because his rings don't count. Number 5, I have a different.
I like
New
that
York.
a lot, actually. That's great.
I have a different New York Knick. I have Patrick Ewing. You said, do I honor defense with my list? You go with Melo. I go with Patrick Ewing. Who cares about defense more?
He's on my honorable mention.
Can I tell you what? I'm saying this as an old. What's the phrase you used, Tyvis? It's cap?
Cap.
That's cap. That's
You're not a Patrick Ewing guy.
No, because I watched his ass constantly be in the moment where he could do it and he couldn't.
Isn't that the case? Isn't that the case?
He wouldn't.
Isn't that the case for all these guys? And that's why they don't have a ring.
The difference is, in the moment, this man had so many chances. When he got hurt, his team got better. There was literally a thing called the Ewing theory. But it's your list. I'm just going to say, listen to your wise elders occasionally when I tell you Patrick Ewing, not on my list. Now, college Patrick Ewing, yes.
Is Carmelo a better player than Chris Paul?
No, he's probably not.
So you butchered it. You butchered it.
You know what? I'm going to switch it. I'm taking Carmelo out. Chris Paul in.
This is the first live amendment during the list we've ever had.
Are we calling this the First Amendment? Is that we're gonna? This amendment will be ignored by the current administration. I believe they will not acknowledge that I changed this.
Who you having for?
Number 4, I have the guy that you guys don't want to put on the list. Apparently, a sharpshooting god himself. He made the Knicks choke. Reggie Miller. Now, I will grant you, Reggie Miller also had his opportunities. Reggie Miller would have had a ring if he played in this era, bar none. This whole era is set up for guys like him.
That's a fact.
He would have dropped 35 a night in this era. I am convinced of it. Reggie Miller, on my list, one of the greatest players to never get a ring, number 4.
Number 4 for me, I'm going with a guy who's certified.
Oh.
John Dom Stockton. Number 4.
I mean, how did that play? That was just a random. Sorry, here's John Stockton's, all of his accolades and records. This is what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like to me.
I mean, you talking about the guy
not my guy.
That's probably never be passed in assists and never be passed in
that's
steals.
a reason. We'll get to it.
Just saying. Two-way player. Two-way guy.
Stat patter, just like Russell Westbrook, who is definitely not on my list.
Wow. Honorable mention.
All right. Dylan, who's your number 4?
Number 4 for me is the answer, Allen Iverson.
You got him at 4?
Dang. Dang.
That's tough. I hit 4?
The Arthur meme is what I'm doing.
I can't wait to hear the rest of your list.
My number 3 is the reason John Stockton had all those assists, in my opinion. Karl Malone. You put some other guys. You put some other guys with Karl Malone, they would have had all the assists that John Stockton did. I feel like that was Karl Malone. First, John Stockton was just a good byproduct of what actually happened there. And by the way, Karl Malone, piece of garbage human being. Not my guy.
I agree.
But one of the greatest power forwards to ever play the game. So Karl Malone, number 3 for me.
I got Karl Malone number 3 as well on my list for all the reasons that you said, and I agree. I don't agree with his off the court decisions.
No one should. No one should. Did he make the list of the island, or was he just doing his own thing? Because I think the Epi list may have had something. I don't know if he got the invite, but
between him and R. Kelly might have been together a couple times.
Not good. But anyway, number 3 for you, Dylan.
My number 3 is Sir Charles Barkley.
You got him at 3?
He's a former MVP, sir. You put some respect on his name.
We are. I think that's what we're saying. I think we're all respecting him.
All right.
We're at 2, right?
Yes.
Number 2 for me, and my heart wanted to put him at 1, but I just couldn't. Number 2 for me is Allen Iverson. I'm telling you right now, if Allen Iverson had played with Karl Malone, dude, man, you would say assist what? Like, everyone calls him a selfish player. It's like, who is he playing with? Aaron McKee? Yeah, Eric Snow? Who? Nobody. So
he played a season with Andre Iguodala, didn't he?
Maybe right at the end of his Sixers time.
He also played with Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah. He played with a lot of guys. I think, No, he didn't play with Carmelo. He probably played against that Lakers team at some point. The problem is, like, by the time he got to play with talented players like Carmelo Anthony, he was past his prime.
Yeah. He was not past his prime with Carmelo. He might have been
on the edge
about to be like on the down.
His odometer is different though, because every night he had to go out and get beat up 37 times to get his points because he was 6 foot maybe going up against the Titans when you could still foul guys. Yeah, I mean, Allen Iverson, he was not, he couldn't have a 20-year career because he was getting abused every night and still was one of the greatest players ever. I have Allen Iverson number 2.
Kyrie's better. Number 2 for me is Allen Iverson as well, actually.
I see. The love is there.
Top 3 might be the same.
It might be. Dylan?
I have Karl Malone at number 2, which was your guys' number 3. So
sure, that's right.
We're both there with Karl Malone.
My number 1.
You got Karl Malone over Charles Barkley?
He's like the 3rd leading scorer in NBA history.
I don't care about that.
I watched them both play. I'll tell you what, right now. I watched them both play in their primes, and I will tell you right now, the number 1 guy for me without a ring is Charles Barkley.
Absolutely.
That man was unlike anything I've ever seen attacking the rim. And again, you can go watch the Suns years and the Rockets years and go, did that Charles Barkley? It's not the same. Not the same.
I got number 1 for me is Sir Charles as well, although I wanted it to be Tracy McGrady. Shout out to the Mac.
Yeah, you left Tracy McGrady off your list.
I know.
And you love him. He's your favorite player.
He's my favorite player back in the day. I can't even put him on the list. I got to be respectful. I mean, Tracy McGrady was like, whoo, that man was as good as a scorer as Carmelo, and maybe not Kevin Durant because he's not 7 foot, but he could score, man. Woo-wee.
Dylan, who's your number 1?
I said it yesterday. It inspired the list. I'm sticking with it. James Harden.
You're out of your
best player ever without a ring.
You're out of your mind.
Former MVP. Should have had 2. Westbrook stole 1 from him because everyone felt sorry for him and Kevin Durant left, and everyone saw his stupid triple-double average and acted like that mattered in actual games.
It's the first time somebody did it since Oscar Robbins.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook stinks. Anyway, Harden, he's going to finish top 5 in scoring when it's all done, and who could stop Houston James Harden from getting to the free throw line? The answer is
free throw line.
Nobody.
The answer is a strip club. Is who can stop him. That's what actually.
Chris Paul's hamstring
That's
injury.
Fine. It's your. You know what though, Dylan? It's your list. The sanctitude of the list is not going to be besmirched. And there we go. What are we doing coming back? I had something I was playing here at 7:15.
We are going to talk about one of the best defensive players in the NFL. One should be traded. No, it's not Myles Garrett. That was last year. I'll tell you who it is next. This is Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
good Thursday morning to you. We are seeing some major delays over on the east side. First, I want to talk about this crash on 70. It's that eastbound ramp as you head towards that northbound direction of 270. So expect some lane closures out there, but the main traffic's going to be 70 westbound. A lot of people just heading downtown right now. Really slow over by Bryce Road, even towards State Route 256 out there. Certain portions down to 12 miles per hour. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Your mornings are jam-packed. So if you're going to add anything, make it your favorite bite from Tim Hortons. Buy any size beverage and add a daily baked donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. It's the best way to add more to your morning. The 1-2-3 menu, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply at timhortons.com/offer-terms.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from That Other Window Place. And today, we're in my showroom to demonstrate how efficient our windows are.
Whew, it's really cold in here, Wilson.
We call that eco-friendly organic air conditioning.
Drafty windows are a major problem for energy bills and comfort. It's one of the biggest reasons why people get Pella windows.
It really is a problem, Leslie. I'm wearing 3 coats right now, looking like a beanbag with legs.
Get the windows that can completely change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My toilet's clogged, backed up too. The sink is running slow. Water's backed up everywhere. Oh, please don't overflow.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hey, it's Anthony. So I was recently asked how I've been doing in my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. And I paused and I said, you know what? Pretty darn good. Because it reminded me what I was dealing with a couple years ago. My personal journey. I had plantar fasciitis, that horrible heel pain. If I was on my feet for a while, my lower back would be on fire. And now, honestly, none of that. 0 issues with my feet since I started wearing them. I have my Good Feet arch supports in every day. I feel supported. I feel aligned. And now that I feel better, it's made all the difference. I want to work out more. I want to go out more. Just be more active. I'm telling you, over the last couple of years, my health, my energy, my quality of life has all been affected in a really positive way. They've really helped me keep the pain away. The guys ask me all the time, do I really have them in today? Yes, I do, and I'll take my shoes off upon request to show you. Go take the free test walk. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City. Get started at goodfeet.com.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Common Man and Timmy.
Welcome to broadcasting.
That was you don't have to do that.
I do have to
say it like that, like I've never done this before.
Because it sounded like you had.
Common Man and Timmy, Afternoons on the Fan, is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Patchy fog this morning, otherwise a chilly start with cold air. The main story for this afternoon is highs will only get into the low 20s with mostly cloudy skies. For tonight, mostly cloudy overnight with our lows in the teens, and then snow develops as we head into the morning commute, becoming a little bit heavier as we go toward the lunch hour. 1 to 2 inches will be possible with highs in the mid to upper 30s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Hey, maybe you are reliving your glory days. You think back and you go, oh, man, when I was in high school, I had all the energy. I was doing great. Maybe you played sports. Now, maybe you go to the gym, and of course, aging happens. We all lose some of that ability, right? To maybe recover as quickly, get those workouts in, have the energy you had when you were in high school or in college. But maybe you've realized it's really dropped off the last couple of years. Maybe it's something more than just a typical aging process. It might be that you have low testosterone. If that's the case, you can get treatments for low testosterone. You can even get treatments if you've got a decent amount of testosterone, but you don't want to lose it. You want to make sure you keep it where it is. You can do that all through the Columbus Men's Clinic. That's the nice thing about working with Columbus Men's Clinic is it's not a one-size-fits-all transaction where you go online, you just get some pill from a website. They send the same pill to every person no matter what. They send the same solution to everybody no matter what. You can get different treatments for different issues that you have, not just with low testosterone. You get it with erectile dysfunction as well. There's other treatments that they have at the Columbus Men's Clinic, but it's personalized to you, not just a one-size-fits-all treatment. You can go online right now to schedule your appointment with Columbus Men's Clinic, where you'll get to meet with a medical professional, get your blood work done, all the above, find out what you need to get this fixed. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com is the place to go. Don't put it off. Do it today. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Takes about 30 seconds to get that appointment set up, or you can call them at 614-300-7400. Get back the energy that you know you still have and you know you still need. Go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com and find out more today.
So, the off season, it's not an off season in the NFL.
Right.
Without a little drama. And we're not even at the full off season yet because obviously the Super Bowl is still coming up. Last year, Myles Garrett shocked the world.
He did.
Put out a letter, a long letter, too, basically saying he's done with the Browns. And one of his best quotes is their plan was never to go from Cleveland to Canton.
Which was a direct shot at AB, wasn't it? Because didn't Andrew Berry say, we got him going from Cleveland to Canton? And it's like, he's like, I didn't sign up for that. Well, then plans changed.
They signed it. They put a 0 after it, and next thing you know, he's going from Cleveland to Canton.
Yeah.
Well, this year, if you notice, at the end of the regular season, Max Crosby, he had a little beef with the Raiders.
Uh-huh.
The Raiders said, Max, you need surgery. You need knee surgery. I think he injured his knee, and he was like, no, I'm good to play. I'm going to finish it out. I know we're not going to go to the playoffs and all those things, but I want to play. And they said, Max, we shutting you down. We putting you on IR. And he was upset. He was hot. I want to say after they did that, he put a video out playing basketball at his house with his kid.
And jumping on a trampoline.
Yes. Oh, yeah. He was very – that's one of the most passive-aggressive things I've ever seen anybody do, which I totally respect that he did it that way. Like,
he's hilarious.
Okay, what are you going to be mad at? I'm just taking videos of myself. That's all. I didn't criticize the organization. I didn't say anything, but I did make a message very clear.
Well, Max Crosby has come out and he's basically, they asked him where would he like to play? Because it's been a lot of speculations that he's pretty much done with the Raiders and he wants out. And he brought up Mike Vrabel. Said he would love to play for Mike Vrabel in his Patriots team. So I wonder, do you think, with the offseason looming, do you see Max Crosby wearing black and silver next season?
I would be shocked if he is. So there's a few things.
You could just throw another 0 behind it.
Well, you could, but from everything that we've heard, and Jay Glazer had this story yesterday that said like he definitely wants out. Like it's not if, it's when, kind of is the way Glazer made it sound. I feel like this is the tough part about managing an NFL roster because I've worked for people like this. Thankfully, no longer here, but we've worked for people here who they treat like the office like a fantasy football team where it's just, well, why don't I put this person and that person in an office together? Why don't we have these two people work together? And it didn't take into account the personalities, didn't take into account the personal feelings that happen when people get shuffled around or whatever the case may be. And what I think the Raiders kind of did here is a little bit of a fantasy football thing, which is, hey, we don't need you for the rest of the year. We're actually trying to get the number 1 pick. Mission accomplished. Well, we can't say that. But what we're going to do is shut down. You do have an injury that if it got worse would be bad for us because then maybe you have to have a worse surgery and be out longer, including into next season.
They're trying to protect their asset.
They're protecting him and also trying to get that number 1
Correct.
pick, all the above. And that looks good on paper. That makes all kinds of sense. But when you manage an actual human being, from all accounts, I don't know Max Crosby, but everybody tells me, everything you read about him is that's a guy that you cannot shut down.
Correct.
He is
definitely, if you're ranking the edge rushers, he is top 5, no matter what order you want to put it in. He's top 5. Some would even argue top 4.
But there's guys in an NFL locker room, if the GM went up to them and said, hey, man, I respect you want to play, but pragmatically speaking, think about the bigger picture here. There are some guys in the locker room who would say, you know what, I don't want to do this. I'm a competitor, but I appreciate where you're coming from, and I want to look out for the best of my career too. Mm-hmm. And there would be some guys who would see that perfectly.
Yeah.
Max Crosby is not one of those guys. By all the accounts here, he is a guy who simply is like, I want to bash skulls and play football. I don't care if it hurts. I don't care if I could get worse injuries. I want to do this.
Sometimes.
So you have to manage that as an organization because now it looks like you may not have Max Crosby at all. Like
sometimes
you may have lost him as a player.
The hardest thing to do as a coach or as a front office is save players from themselves.
Right.
Granted, Baker Mayfield. That's what happened with Baker with the shoulder thing. If the Browns would have stepped in and said, Baker, we shutting you down. Like you're not the same. You're hurting the team. Let's just shut it down. He might still be the quarterback here, and we be having this conversation years later, but it would still be, he probably would still be here. And I think you see the difference in organizations where it's like, Max, we really need you to get this surgery because you're just going to make it worse. And on top of that, you're right. We're still trying to get the number 1 pick. Now, they can't come out and say we're tanking to get the number 1 pick because that's a whole nother thing. That's like that's Brian Flores type thing where you
can't admit that.
Can't do that. You'll lose the draft pick. So I respect Max Crosby because I'm one of those guys as well as if I got a pulse and I can play, then I want to play. Like no matter what the situation is, I want to play. So I respect him for that. And unfortunately, Max needed to be out of there anyways. He's not going to be a preacher. It was the same thing I felt about Myles Garrett. Like he's too good of a player to be at that organization. He's never going to get that chance to really show what he can be. Now I think Max may have made the playoffs with Derek Carr there before.
I'm trying to think how long
I don't know if that's before him
or is he 20? I think he's 28. So it depends on how long.
Who was the?
Trying to think how long he's been in the league.
They had a year, right?
Yeah, with the interim head coach. I forget who it was.
Antonio Pierce?
That they didn't give the job to. Not Antonio Pierce.
No, because
it was the special teams guy.
Yes.
He was my special teams coordinator at when I did the Senior Bowl. What is his name? Sig? No, I can't. I can't think of what his name is.
I'm looking it up.
But yeah,
I can't believe I don't know all my Senior Bowl coordinator.
He was the special teams coordinator. I can't think of his name though.
Oh, even better. I would know him for sure.
Can't think of his name, but he was like highly regarded.
Rich, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Rick Bones.
Bogano?
Biasccia.
I can't even.
I don't remember how they pronounced it.
Bianchi?
Yes, something like that.
Bianca.
It's spelled weird.
Anyway,
Banaka, the mouth spray, I believe is what. Anyway, look, with Max Crosby, here's the bottom line for me. You know how much his dead cap hit is going to be for the Raiders if they trade him?
No much.
$5 million.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's my point. Is that and everybody is saying he probably warrants a first round pick and some. So like if you're a team that, by the way, Bengals.
They should be all over.
Take the 10th pick and say, what else do you need?
Yeah, they
go
should be
get
all
him.
over that.
Yeah, you're not going to get anybody in the draft as good as him.
He might rock the draft.
And you
know who else should be
can
in
afford
on
to go
that?
get him. Go do it.
Washington should
of
be
course.
in on that as well.
Yes, they should.
Because they need an edge rusher to complete like what they got going on over there.
Yeah. Supposedly Max Crosby, like you said, New England is an option he would be interested in. I know Detroit thinks they need to add another edge rusher, and I think they do. But the Bengals should be in the mix for all of this because you need to go get someone on that defensive line who actually scares people and makes them think differently on their game plan. Right now, you don't have that. Rick Nash, he's going to join us to talk Jackets. The hottest team in the league. Rick Nash has been helping assemble it. We will talk about his new position, Rick bonus era, and more coming up in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
On the west side, we are closely monitoring a crash on 70 eastbound, just passing State Route 29 by West Jefferson. And just before that State Route 142 area, lane restrictions definitely expected. If you are heading toward our southwest corner, even towards Cincinnati, keep in mind we're noticing a crash 71 southbound, just passing State Route 41. Washington Courthouse also expects some lane closures, as well as over here, just outside of Marysville, over by Pottersburg, a crash 33 westbound on Allen Center Road. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes. But have you seen our inventory? With over 1,000 new Hyundais to choose from, there's no need to settle at glakeshyundai.com. Find a new Palisade with the exact options you need or a new Tucson in that color you have been seeing around town. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings and selection are so good.
I started my first business when I was 12, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and customers care that you show up and do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. When you care about the people you serve, you work harder and it shows. Call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $100 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $100 more. See store for details.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
There's a score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
Your look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Now joining us in the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, he is Rick Nash. He's got his name in the rafters, his jersey number's retired, and now, of course, he is also helping lead this organization from a front office standpoint. Rick, congratulations. I saw you got promoted to Director of Player Personnel Development. Thanks for taking the time this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How's the new role treating you so far? I know you're obviously doing a lot of the same stuff, but what's this new role mean to you?
Yeah, a lot of similar opportunities and things that they're going to do around the organization. But it's fun to grow within obviously with an organization that I grew up with, and now to see it from the other side, and keep trying to climb the ladder and try to help this team win and help bring a Stanley Cup to Columbus.
Rick, when you look at the Olympic start, and obviously the team has been on fire, if you were on this Jackets team and you had to take this break, what would your next 3 weeks look like?
Yeah, I know it kind of comes at a tough time when you're rolling. You definitely want to keep playing and not have this little pause in the season. But realistically, during my career, I can't remember playing a game at 100%. It seems like, right from the first day of camp, you always had bumps and bruises, and I think our team has a lot of that right now. So, for two of the guys, they got to go over and keep competing and playing. But, for the other guys, it's probably a week week plus off and get some rest, get relaxed, get healthy, and then right back to practices, and they're going to be hard practices too, because you got to get back in game shape. As professional athletes know, you take a day or two off and you feel like your time in and the rust is on you. So talk about 10 days or almost 2 weeks. It's going to be a challenge coming back.
Now, that was a good answer, Rick, but the correct answer was I wouldn't know, because they would have never made me take a break, because I would have been playing on these national teams. That's the correct answer.
yeah, that would have been a lot shorter too and easier.
Rick Nash joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. So, all right, how does this work internally, front office of the organization? Obviously, you guys make a coaching change. We've talked about that. Rick Bowness comes in. He's done a lot in the league in his career. Obviously, there's a bump that happens when a new coach comes in, but winning 10 of the next 11 games after making a coaching change, what do you feel has changed beyond just Bones' influence on this roster?
Yeah, it's interesting, and obviously in every sport you feel like there's a coach bump, or something changes when kind of the message changes in the room. I wish I could put my finger on one thing that completely changed for us to go on this little run, but it just seems like the guys have rallied. I've been through my fair share of coaches changes and coach firings, and it's not the coach's fault. The players are on the ice, and it's so frustrating as a player. And from front office side, you're just looking for some sort of spark to save your season and ignite the team. So I can't really put my finger on exactly what it was, but a new message, a fresh message, and just kind of a new voice in the room sometimes helps.
Rick, what went into the decision to go with Bones opposed to anybody else? Like how were y'all able to identify him as the guy that could potentially come in and change things?
Yeah, well, obviously Don Waddell's been around the game for a long, long time and has, a bunch of relationships all around the NHL. And, that was all Don. He was, it was his kind of idea, and that's how it kind of came. And, I knew Bones' son, funny enough, who was a draft pick, Ryan Bowness, back in 2000 or 2001, and we did a bunch of training camps together. So, just an interest in small hockey world. But, as far as the answer to your question, just Don kind of had a, short list of guys, and that was number one, I believe.
How encouraging was it for this organization? I know you guys probably deal with such a big picture view of things, but night to night, you just go back to back, 2 shutouts, 2 different netminders, and yet this team didn't have Kirill Marchenko for either one of those games because he's been dealing with an illness. And yet it wasn't even like, oh, well, they found it and they got something late in the third. I mean, I don't want to say domination, but about as dominant as you're going to get in 2 performances that you needed to kind of close this thing out. What does that speak to for the bigger picture for this organization, the way this team kind of has buckled down and played the right way in these last couple games?
Yeah, I think you nailed it right there, and playing the right way. And, as far as a player on the ice or on the field in any sport, when you're playing the right way and sticking to a system and sticking together, that's when it's fun. I think about just the way we're defending and, keeping everything on the outside and not giving up a goal in 2 games. I mean, those are great games to play in for our players. And, you think back about some of the best teams, whether it's here in Columbus or elsewhere, it's always a solid defensive performance. And, the guys should be proud, and the goalie should be proud, and, the defensive coaches should be proud of kind of getting 2 games without giving up a goal.
When you look at Zach Werenski, T-Bone was telling me that no player in Jackets history has had 90 points scored in a season, and Zach Werenski is on pace to get 91. How is it that a guy that's a defenseman is able to be that effective defensively and offensively?
Yeah, well, Zach's an elite talent, obviously an elite hockey player. It's just amazing how he sees the ice and how he slows the game down and how he's in every play, making great defensive plays, great offensive offensive plays. But, for a defenseman to be on pace for 90 points, you obviously have to be a special player. And, we're lucky to have Zach, and he's having another great season, and it's just, fun to watch. I really hope he gets that mark.
Well, and I think the amount of numbers that he's been putting up are tremendous. When you obviously having the career you did and knowing what it means to this organization, being a part of it, do you get a chance to just sit down with him and talk about, the way he sees the game? How much of that interaction do you guys have? I know obviously he's a defenseman, you were a forward, but clearly his offensive prowess is something that you guys surely both relate on, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few chats, funny enough, just about, whether it's, what's going through his head when he's shooting on goalies and what's going through my head when I was, for the most part, it's such a different position being a defenseman and a forward. He's seeing so many different angles than I would see. But at the end of the day, when you're one-on-one with a goalie, there's a lot of similarities. But I'm telling you, he's such a great guy off the ice and a great leader, and a fun guy to be around. And it's an exciting time for him. He's playing so well. He gets to go represent his country at best on best, which we haven't seen for two stretch Olympic stands. So, anyways, we talk a bit, but I kind of stay out of his way as well. I don't want to upset the apple cart there.
Sure, no doubt. The last thing I'll ask you on that front is we know that in like college football, whenever they've got a talented player who's making a big season push, the whole organization gets behind a Heisman campaign, like for an Ohio State type of thing. Norris Trophy, Cale McCarr exists, but I mean, is this organization? I mean, like that's got to be the push, right? Is that like this guy should be the no doubt leader in the clubhouse for the Norris Trophy at this point, right? This should be Zach Werenski's award. Does the organization think like that and say we need to try to, make a push to make sure people do that, or is that not done in pro hockey? Is that not the way it goes?
Well, I can give you the simple answer that I'm sure, everyone kind of expects is where, Zach and the Columbus Blue Jackets don't care about individual awards. We want to make the playoffs. We want to win. But, let's be honest. Those are important things for a player's career and for an organization as well. Whether it's, Steve Mason winning Rookie of the Year and Bob getting the Vezina. Those are huge accolades for an organization and for a player too. And when a player has a couple seasons like they did, or a season like he's having, it's important that they're rewarded properly. And Zach's nothing short of being one of the best defensemen in the NHL by far. So, as an organization, we will follow it, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be a showstopper for us.
Sure. Show must go on. Playoff push continues. 22 out of 24 possible points. Right there on the doorstep. Let's hope that it keeps going once we get back from the break. Thanks for the time this morning, Rick. We appreciate it, and we'll talk again soon.
Anytime, guys. Thanks for having me.
There you go. Jackets legend Rick Nash joining us. Brian Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. LeBron James could reunite with someone who was present for one of the most controversial moments of his career. We'll talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Biggest slowdowns is still going to be over on the east side by Bryce, 70 westbound, just looking at 13 miles per hour for your travel times. But here's the thing, not too far away, we are noticing a crash in this area. 70, that eastbound ramp really impacted as you head northbound onto 70. That right lane is currently blocked. As you're heading downtown or really outside of the city, 70 eastbound at Miller and Kelton Avenue, that left lane is blocked. Also seeing some slowdowns out there. And expect some delays after disabled vehicles. 71 northbound at Greenlawn Avenue, that left shoulder is currently blocked. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Your mornings are jam-packed. So if you're going to add anything, make it your favorite bite from Tim Hortons. Buy any size beverage and add a daily baked donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. It's the best way to add more to your morning. The 1-2-3 menu, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra. Exclusions and terms apply at timhortons.com/offer-terms.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Right now, buy 4 windows and get 4 free from Window Nation. Plus, you could get no payments or interest for 2 years. Act now and you'll get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. Don't miss out. This offer ends soon. Schedule your quote right now at windownation.com.
I'm John Morgan. There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Reason number 3. First, all lawyers are not the same. If my family had an injury case and I couldn't hire us, there are only about 3 to 4% of the lawyers out there that I would hire. And here's why. Most of them rarely, if ever, go to trial. They just take the last best offer. Hell, you can do that yourself. Do this. If you're looking for a lawyer, Google Morgan & Morgan results and see what comes up. It may shock you. Then Google the firm you're thinking of hiring and do the same. That may shock you as well. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. We won a lot. $30 billion and counting. Morgan & Morgan, or thepeople.com. Who would I hire? I'd hire us.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
What does it mean to live here, serve here in the Ohio Army National Guard?
It means I can attend college full-time and not have to take out student loans to pay for my tuition.
It means I can work my civilian job during the week and support my state and nation in times of need.
You too can live here, serve here as a member of the Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with full-time benefits at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis will put anything in his mouth on a dare. All right, almost anything. No, I stand by my previous statement. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Always great to chat with Rick Nash. If you missed the interview, you can go check it out on the podcast. That'll post right after 9 a.m. Podcast is always available for you every single day, just wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis on your favorite podcast app. It'll be there. You can hit like, subscribe, follow. That way you'll get it every single day, 5 days a week, right to your device, free of charge. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis on your favorite podcast app. Also from last night, a couple things on that Jackets win. Of course, they finish up extraordinarily hot before this Olympic break. Zach Werenski netted another goal last night. He now has...
It was fluke.
You know what? It went in.
It's to the point.
It doesn't matter how they go in.
Dylan sends the text. I go find the video. I watched that video at least 20 times. I still can't see it.
It deflected in a little bit, but whatever. It got through.
It hit off the defender's skate.
I understand.
That's all that matters.
Went in the goal.
That's all that matters. It went in. They don't
Pinball.
What's the old adage? They don't ask you how, they just ask you how many. And he got a 20th goal in the season, surpassing Kirill Marchenko, who has missed the last couple games, due to illness. So he'll be all healthy and ready to go by the time, we get the season back going again after the Olympic break. But Zach Werenski now goes off, plays for Team USA in the Olympics, like Rick Nash had brought up. The ones are all playing. It's not like, oh, well, these are some of our not as great players. These are all the best of the best going up to head-to-head in the Olympics. So Zach's going to be a part of that. But, yeah, man, 62 points on the season. He is the only defenseman in the league with 20 or more goals is Zach Werenski. So I'll tell you what.
He going to win the trophy?
I hope there's no, like, little AAA jackets or some prospects that are coming up from Yellowknife or wherever they're from. Just know if you want to have 8 on the back of your jersey by the time you get up here to play for the Blue Jackets, that's not going to be happening for very long. They're going to retire that number because Zach Werenski is on that trajectory as a player. He is awesome.
How many more years you think he got in him?
Oh, he's still. I mean, you can play a very long time in the NHL when you see the game like he does. He's 28 years old, Tyvis. He could play easily another 10 years potentially. I mean, that's the caliber of player you have.
He wouldn't be more of a scorer. He just really fall back into the
there are
defensive men.
Well, there are two types of defensemen typically in the NHL. I mean, there's lots of different ways to do it, right? But there are defensemen who tend to be more offensive minded and who see the game, who read it, who are like in some ways, this may not be the most apt comparison because it's different sports, but like I don't think it's unfair to compare a Zach Werenski to like a great point guard. You know what I mean? In basketball. Because he is in the backcourt essentially. Like that's where he hangs out is more like the 3-point line of the hockey rink. You know what I mean? Like he's at that area. He's kind of directing traffic. Now he gets involved and does get up to the net, score goals like the one he scored last night.
He should be a 1T guy.
The guy's 42 assists. You know, like I mean, it's now hockey assists different than basketball assists. It's like I said, not a completely apt comparison, but yes, he is a defensive. He can play defense, obviously. He's a defenseman, but he is someone who also brings that scoring touch that, I mean, he's been consistent. When he's been healthy, he is one of the most consistent players we've had in Jackets history. So, yeah, this just an awesome run by him and what this team is doing. Let's hope they can keep it up once we get back from the break of the Olympics. But, yeah, Zach has been awesome. Also awesome last night, Jeff Rimmer, getting to call the game. Love to hear Rims back on the call. That was pretty awesome. So, I hear he's got a book coming out soon, so that'll be cool. So you get to hear Rims has tons of stories, so it's good that they'll be in book form.
Did they ever come up with a title for his book?
They did. I forget what it is. I just saw it the other day. But yes, he has a title. I just forget what it is off the top of my head. We'll find it. We'll let you know. We'll tweet it out at Bone and Tyvis 971. LeBron James has said he could reunite with someone who was present for one of the most controversial moments of his career. According to Yahoo, LeBron is strongly considering a move to the Cavs this offseason. And now, instantly, the question becomes, well, he's going to be super expensive. How would that happen? Not so fast.
No, he ain't.
LeBron has said he understands the reality and that if he wants another year in the NBA, he's not going to be making, what is he making this year, $40+ million a year?
Yeah.
So he apparently is saying, yeah, I would be willing to take
the mid-level exception?
I don't know about that, but he would be willing to take a price cut to come and play for the Cavs or possibly another team. That is the report.
I don't think he's going to do vet minimum, but he'll take the mid-level exception probably.
I mean, I think that would be a very cool way to see him, have his career, have a nice little bookend to it, have him back in Cleveland.
LeBron, James, and Donovan.
Well, so are you aware of that little factoid with Donovan Mitchell? Maybe a lot of people are, I'm not sure, but Donovan Mitchell was present at the Boys and Girls Club in New York.
Really?
When he did the I'm taking my talents to South Beach, the decision, he played on a basketball team. He was 13 years old. I forget what the school was. It was somewhere in Greenwich. And basically they said, hey, we need kids to come out to this thing. And so he begged his parents to let him go. And he did. And was there in the crowd for when that happened.
Well, he had like a LeBron jersey. Remember, he shared the picture of him wearing the Cavs jersey when he was a kid.
What's also funny though is apparently
but according to Jalen Tyson, this is Donovan Mitchell City.
Hey, either way, if they reunite, that would be quite
your
cool.
King, your Pookie, your Sunshine.
Yes.
This is Donovan's team.
Reason for waking up in the morning. Don't forget that one.
He can come back to Cleveland, but this is Donovan's team.
Well, I know Dylan would be fine with him coming back to Ohio, but Tyvis, you're a huge Cavs fan. What do you want LeBron back for in the role that he would be playing now? And what do you think that would be a useful addition for the Cavs this offseason?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
think first of all, you mean to tell me you're going to have LeBron James and Shedeur Sanders in the same city? Ooh, man. Ooh-wee. Man. The Guardians better step it up. They got to step it up. They're going to get left behind on this one.
I got news for you. I got news for you on the Guardians. Yeah, that's all right.
They got the lowest payroll in baseball. So yeah, there you go.
No, but I know that he's going to get all the attention. That'll be a big thing. If he does come back next year, presumably, I know he says he doesn't want this, but I don't believe him.
A farewell
presumably
tour?
It's a farewell tour,
yes.
Right? And so I don't think it necessarily is the greatest addition you could have to a basketball team, because I do think LeBron has his own style of play that just you have to work around. But
you going to have him and James Harden out there not playing defense?
I don't think James Harden is going to be on the team if that's happening. I would be surprised if that's the case, but never know. Maybe
it's not too late. They'll have the
room for Giannis.
They got 9 hours to get Giannis on this team.
Well, they could do it in the offseason.
I want it now.
Okay.
It's my money and I need it now.
I think all they're doing today is trying to get below that second apron.
Yes, indeed. They are. Everybody.
That means they either going to have to get rid of a Larry Nance, Craig Porter Jr., something like that. It's going to be just ship them off for picks or something.
Yeah, that's fine. All I know is this Cavs team at this point, I would like to believe in them being good. They are. I mean, they're decent. If this James Harden addition will probably make them better.
Will they make it out the East is the question.
As the Eastern Conference champion?
Yes. Can they make it to the final?
I can't. I mean, again, you added a guy
would they get punked
that is
by
notorious.
The Knicks?
I think they'll get punked by the Knicks because they added a guy who is notorious for folding in the playoffs. So, and notorious for blowing up every roster he's ever been on.
I hope they don't.
You know how two negatives make a positive?
Is that
James Harden chokes in the playoffs. Cavs choke in the playoffs. Combine them. Boom.
Oh, it's an unstoppable force?
Yes.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell has never made it past the second round in his career.
And to no fault of his own, because he does not choke in the playoffs. He has some big playoff moments.
He's joining Tracy McGrady, and I want to say, is it Vince Carter maybe? I think them two never made it past the second round, which is wild.
That is very crazy. But you know what? Maybe this is the time. Maybe they all get that out of their system and they go make the conference finals. We'll see. Ohio lawmakers are once again sticking their noses into high school sports. We'll tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
For our downtown commuters, do note the left lane is blocked on 670 eastbound, just passing that 71 southbound intersection because of a new crash just coming into our system. And if you live over in Dublin, keep in mind we are seeing another incident, 270 eastbound, just passing that 33 and 161 area. That right lane is blocked right now. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
At ADP, we know you want your landscape business to succeed, but we don't know anything about landscaping. ADP only knows how to handle the business of your small business. So if ADP focuses on the payroll and the HR, while you focus on the land and the scaping, success should follow. Just don't expect us to know all about Kentucky bluegrass, zero-turn cutting, or what to do with a woodchuck. That's for you to figure out. Let ADP help your small business focus on the part of the business you're good at. ADP for small business.
Hey, it's Bo Bishop here. Valentine's Day is about getting it right. When it comes to jewelry, you don't guess, you go to Diamond Seller. Nearly 80 years of trusted experts, luxury collections, and no pressure. Guy to guy, they make it easy. This Valentine's Day, shop Diamond Seller, Sawmill Road, Easton, or DiamondSeller.com.
When a company tells you that you need to replace your furnace,
call Eco to fix it instead.
And someday when you really do need a new HVAC system,
we'll give you back all the money you paid us to repair the old one.
Up to $1,500.
Get Eco.
ECO. Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Columbus, are you hungry? Well, it's a good thing Uber Eats has the best deals at all your favorite local restaurants. Like this great deal at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, you can get a buy one, get one free quesadilla deal, all on the Uber Eats app. That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News and World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Ah, college. A time to broaden the mind, question, learn. A time to challenge the status quo. And eat a ridiculous amount of pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of the Ohio State University and the unofficial bank of pizza. Let's go Bucks! Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us, bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. With support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing, to get the help you need,
to find peace. And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Columbus Blue Jackets dominated the Chicago Blackhawks 4-0 last night. The win marked 7 wins in a row for the Jackets going into the Olympic break. The Cleveland Cavaliers won in blowout fashion versus the Clippers in LA 124-91. Neither James Harden or Darius Garland played for their new teams. Both the Ohio State men's and women's basketball teams are in action tonight. The men will be taking on Maryland on the road with tip-off at 8:30 here on The Fan, while the 9th-ranked women's team will be in Seattle for a top 25 matchup with the 24th-ranked Washington Huskies. This update was sponsored by High Bank Distillery Co., locally inspired dishes and award-winning cocktails. Visit highbankco.com to make your reservation. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
You know, there was a time in my life where I used to look at my wife and not want to do anything with her, you know, and I realized that's a major issue. And I went to go see my guys at Tri-State Men's Health, and they told me that I, Tyvis Powell, suffer from low testosterone. So I had to go get treated, got a shot in the ace, and boom, I'm back to growling at the lieutenant again. This year, Tri-State Men's Health is helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With the low-T treatments combined with the body composition program, most men notice real improvement, more energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive. So, if you're suffering from low T, which could be a decrease in libido, putting on weight, less productive at the gym, poor sleep patterns, or sad and depressed, I urge you to go to tristatemenshealth.com, take their low T quiz that takes about 2 minutes. After that, you want to schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health. The cost of the appointment right now is $99. There's 2 locations located in Columbus. One is in Hilliard, the other one's in Westerville. Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See websites for details.
So we were talking about LeBron James possibly coming back to Cleveland last.
James.
Yeah, I can't even say it now without hearing that. That's right.
James.
But it made me think. I meant to bring this up when we were talking about it last segment. I'll ask it here. Is LeBron James the most important sports thing to ever happen to the city of Cleveland? I mean,
yes. Between him and Jim Brown, yes.
Well, right. I mean, because obviously Jim Brown was of the era where the Browns still actually won championships back when he was there. But also, that's an era that I think most of our audience probably struggles to remember or was not alive for. So, again, for most of our lives, I would say it's clear that LeBron is probably the most important sports figure, sports thing to have ever happened to Cleveland. But I kind of want to take that further and then ask that question of this city. Because I think it's a lot more cut and dry up in Cleveland, right? I mean, you have, obviously, LeBron, Jim Brown, like you said. Those 2 are probably the
biggest 2.
Yeah. And then I would go down here and say, I'm not exactly sure in Columbus what sports figure we would say was the most monumental sports figure in Columbus sports history.
Tyvis Powell.
Exactly right. I should have known. Why did I even question it? That's exactly right.
No, it would be Archie Griffin.
Okay, but Archie, he won 2 Heisman.
Archie, didn't he play high school here too?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's a Columbus guy. 100%.
Oh yeah, well then that's.
But Archie, well, and I'm not diminishing what Archie did, but let's just let's unpack that discussion for a second. Archie won 2 Heisman trophies, undeniably one of the greatest college football players of all time. I don't think I'm misremembering things. When Archie played, they didn't win a national championship when he was here. Am I wrong?
I don't believe they did.
Okay.
I could double check that.
I mean, I believe they won in 68, and then the most recent one after that was
the Tress.
The Tress.
Yeah,
the 02 season. So
in the chat, they're saying Jesse Owens and Jack Nicholas.
See?
Yeah.
There we go. See? Jesse Owens, I mean, literally went to Hitler and was like, F you, dude. How about that? Help start to bring down that's right. So, that's pretty great. And then, of course, like you said, Jack Nicklaus was just one of the greatest golfers of all time. He's literally had his hand in designing courses all over the world. I mean, the game of golf would probably not be the same without Jack Nicklaus. So there's that discussion. Obviously, I think you could go to Woody Hayes, Jim Tressel, Urban Meyer, all would have some part of that discussion of the greatest sports figure, sports thing to have happened to this city. I think you have to at least give a nod to the Crew and the Blue Jackets, both being the professionalism of now sports in Columbus. You didn't have that before. You do have it now.
Rick Nash.
Right. Rick Nash obviously can be in that discussion too. I would even say as a Crew fan, you could throw Brian McBride out there being the number 1 first overall pick the Crew had. He put the city on the map in a way that other athletes probably didn't. He was on the U.S. national team in the World Cup representing Columbus, Ohio, to Japan and Korea when he was playing the World Cup over there. The whole world watched that guy score some brilliant goals in the World Cup in 2002, and he played his soccer in Columbus. Like I'm saying, I think it's a lot harder to figure out who would be the most monumental sports figure in Columbus sports history, but that is a discussion that I think you could, maybe weigh in. That too. Weigh in on it at Bone and Tyvis 971 on Twitter. Jump in the YouTube chat. Go to YouTube 971 The Fan. Click on T-Bone and Tyvis.
I'm not sure the answer to your question when it comes to Columbus either. When it comes to Cleveland, though, it's undoubtedly LeBron. In fact, LeBron might be one of the most important things to happen to humanity.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay.
And at least the past 2,000 years. Besides God sending his son.
Years?
Besides God sending his son to die for our sins, I can't think of a more important figure in the history
his mic
of Earth.
What are we talking? Okay. Well, all right. But like not as important as, or is Muhammad as important, less important? Where are we ranking?
Nope.
So it's Jesus Christ, LeBron in your mind.
Debatably, yes.
Maybe Muhammad, then LeBron?
No, like flip-flop LeBron and Jesus. I'm not sure in what order.
I can't believe this.
You're insane.
Cut his mic off.
All right, let me lock in. Chet Holmgren says, I think you need to lock him up is what you need to do. Like, let's take, usually I'm a big First Amendment guy. Dylan, you should go to jail for that thing. I would actually.
Oh, they go to jail. Wait, when is that segment on Man? You can
Tomorrow. Yeah, you can go to
jail for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So Ohio lawmakers, they have been sticking their nose into high school sports. They've done this before, but this bill, if you're not familiar, OHSAA, right? Ohio High School Athletic Association, they had a debate about whether or not they should allow high school athletes to accept name, image, and likeness payments while they're in high school.
Yeah, the one Ohio State recruit wasn't Brown, Jameer, wasn't that?
It is.
He was like
Jameer Brown from Wayne High School. That's
he's
right.
leading the charge.
Yes. So he apparently was getting some NIL stuff. They wanted to weigh that. Ultimately, the OHSAA decided that can be allowed under certain circumstances. They said, for example, if he's going to do an advertisement for a car dealership, he's allowed to appear in it and get paid. He wouldn't be allowed to wear the car dealership's T-shirt, like on the field, pregame, postgame, stuff like that. All that has to be separate from sports, so they have their own rules on that.
Wait, by the way, he's transferring from Wayne he's playing in Big Walnut.
Is he really? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Says elite 2027 wide receiver Jameer Brown plans to transfer to Big Walnut in Columbus, Ohio for his senior season.
Okay, look at that. Well, you get to have an up-close personal view of him if you want to. He'll be, here in Columbus. That's great. So the lawmakers, there were a few lawmakers that put this bill into place. They're working on getting it voted on. We'll see what happens with that. But essentially, they said they would like to ban all NIL activity for OHSAA students, including middle school and high school. The argument, of course, is that players at that age don't have all the requisite faculties to make decisions. There's a lot of room for corruption. It's going to be very hard to monitor. So they want to ban it. The problem is there are plenty of states around the country that have decided not to do that. And those high schools, obviously, players can get NIL. Players can transfer high schools. They can move. If someone's getting NIL money, it might be worth moving to go to that school. Like, there is this balance of, do you want to risk losing the talent out of this state if guys start leaving because of NIL?
Darren Peterson, right?
Well, that's in basketball. Yeah, you see that quite a bit where guys go and play their
Chris Henry Jr.
final couple seasons.
He was in Cincinnati, and then he went to Cali because of NIL.
Right. So I guess that's the question, right? How do you feel about that?
I wouldn't want to lose the talent. I really wouldn't. I think that it's not worth it. I don't understand why it's so frowned upon that if somebody want to pay a kid some money to do something, why is that bad?
Well, I think
that's between the kid and that person he taking the money from.
I know what you mean, and I understand what you're saying. However, that phrase, well, hey, if they want to pay a kid to do something, like, there's so many ways that could go sideways and bad and wrong, right? Like, if there's a kid whose parents are in desperate straits and he's like a 15-year-old kid and someone comes up and is like, hey, man, I'll give your family $250,000.
What do I sign?
Okay. But by the way,
what you need?
I am a huge fan of the team up north, and I'm going to make sure that your family's taken care of, but I want you to commit to this school. Or maybe it's not that. Maybe it's I want you to commit to, I don't know, maybe it's Ohio State. Maybe it's
Bucks.
Indiana. Maybe it's I want you to commit to the I want you to commit to the Little Sisters of the Poor, a school that's not so good and won't help you once you get into college, but I will give you this money now. I could see a kid saying, well, my family is going to lose our house or something like that. There would be scenarios where corruption could come in and take advantage of someone, and it could happen in college too, for whatever that's worth. I fully acknowledge that, but the further down the totem pole you go here, like it could get a little dicey and gross. I do understand. That's the argument the other side. We'll take a break. More of this discussion coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Thursday morning to you. We are still monitoring multiple crashes out there on the road. Starting over by Dublin, there's a crash on 270 eastbound, just passing that 33 and 161 intersection where that right lane is currently blocked. North of Worthington, another crash, 270 eastbound, just beyond 23. That right shoulder blocked out there. And a new one coming into our system not too long ago over by Hilliard. The right shoulder is blocked on 270 northbound, just beyond Roberts Road. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Dr. Mark Levy can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring. Sleep better. Live better.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, one thing our Pella Columbus team is really serious about is to not be salesy or pushy. We're just here to listen and hopefully make your dream a reality.
Oh, I had a dream last night where I went back in time to a dinosaur's birthday party and had to fight a triceratops for the last cupcake.
I meant more like home makeover type of dreams.
Oh, okay. I just got the dinosaur thing.
Get the windows that can completely change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience, no problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
Your mornings are jam-packed. So if you're going to add anything, make it your favorite bite from Tim Hortons. Buy any size beverage and add a daily baked donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. It's the best way to add more to your morning. The 1-2-3 menu, only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra. Exclusions and terms apply at timhortons.com/offer-terms.
Truck drivers, are you tired of your pay not matching your experience? At Schneider, our truck driver pay is designed so your years of service directly translate to higher earnings. Plus, longtime drivers qualify for larger sign-on bonuses and a larger selection of driving jobs. Pick from dry van, intermodal, tanker, and dedicated opportunities. Ready to be rewarded for your hard work and expertise? Find the right driving job for you at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Listen up. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Dr. Mark Levy's been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results. And now he has an office in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
February is Children's Dental Health Month, so make sure you make an appointment for your child to visit an Ohio Dental Association member dentist. ODA member dentists are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and have access to superior ongoing education and training. On your next visit, ask if your child's dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association, so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
Jake Diebler's Buckeyes hit the road for a Big Ten battle with Maryland.
Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 7:30.
Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Patchy fog this morning, otherwise a chilly start with cold air. The main story for this afternoon is highs will only get into the low 20s with mostly cloudy skies. For tonight, mostly cloudy overnight with our lows in the teens, and then snow develops as we head into the morning commute, becoming a little bit heavier as we go toward the lunch hour. 1 to 2 inches will be possible with highs in the mid to upper 30s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Before we get back into it, I got to clear something up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to Mario in the chat. Mario.
When you said it, I was like, I know he doesn't mean it that way, but
I want to clear this up because this is a touchy subject going on right now in the world. And this,
okay.
I don't want to be, I got to be allegations. I said, what's the matter with paying kids to do something? That's not what I meant. Not what I meant.
We were talking about high school athletes, NIL. There's a bill in the Ohio House, I think, that's trying to limit or prevent any
talking
NIL
about
money.
the sports.
Right.
Yes. Like paying a high school kid that you think is good at sports to play the sport.
Uh-huh.
That's what. Let's clear that up right now.
Right. Thank
the
you
other one, I don't agree and don't condone the other one. That was bad.
Breaking news, Tyvis is in the flight logs.
Not in the files. Not in the files.
No, not in the files.
Not in the files.
By the way, I saw Liberty University was like over 2,000 times. They had faculty or people associated with Liberty University in the flight logs, and I was like, oh, Liberty, number one at something. Let them live. Good for them. But yeah, so the high school athlete thing, Tyvis, I get what you're saying about, like, because I tend to be someone who says, if you can get paid to do something that has a talent that people are looking for, right? If you are a singer and you are, like Justin Bieber was in his teens when he got discovered and he got paid a lot of money to record albums. People wanted him to market things, right? There's no law against that. Now, we could also point out that people who tend to be like child stars and get all that money very, very early on, that doesn't always work out well for them, right? They have a lot of issues associated with that. And I don't know if it's good, bad, or otherwise, but the point is there's no law against it.
I guess my issue with it all is I understand the corruption part. Everybody in the chat is like, it's corruption. And you're talking about corruption of, I'm going to get this kid $250,000, but you better come to Purdue, like that type of thing. I understand that. I think the reason why I'm numb to that is because outside of the money part, it's coaches and trainers now that dictates where players are going. So that already happens.
That's a solid point.
So it's like, to me, to hear y'all say that that's corruption, to me, it's like, well, you don't know what goes on in high schools. But I can tell you right now, I know many of athletes that wanted to go somewhere else, and the coach or the trainer was like, no, you're going here. This is where you're going to go. So if you're going to throw some money on it, I mean, at least he's financially getting compensated for it. I don't have a problem with it then.
It's such a tough thing for me because, I mean, I have a high school age kid, a middle school kid, and a kid who's in kindergarten. So we're going through the entire education system right now. So I have seen with my oldest, I am seeing the emotions, the thought processes, the logic. We're working through a lot. We were just working on figuring out what classes she's going to take next year, because you got to start picking that stuff for sophomore year.
Yeah.
And it's just, and we had the discussions, but as you're talking about it, it's like, oh yeah, I mean, got to make sure we check all the boxes and get the right classes so you're set up best for your junior, senior years to have, all your main stuff taken care of. But even in that discussion, there's emotion. There's a lot of, she wants to do certain things. We're trying to do the best for her by well, yeah, okay, I understand you want to take this class, but, and we're just having family discussions about that. I couldn't imagine if some of that discussion was oh, hey, by the way, the science teacher wants you to take this course and he'll pay you $150,000 to do it. If suddenly it became, that was part of the discussion, I could see how that would be even more tumultuous. But also, if my kid is able, again, that's not happening, right? But if someone came up and said, my daughter does show choir, if someone was like, hey, we want you to come over to this high school, do show choir, you can make $200,000 to do it.
What you gonna say?
We're moving. We're moving.
See, but that's the
instantly.
thing. The thing is, though.
But I get it. Like, I get how then who is offering $200,000 for that? What do you have to do in return when you get out of high school? Are there any strings attached to this? These are all real discussions that I get why people have a problem with it. But if you are never going to go to college and play sport, or maybe you're going to go to college and suck and never get to the NIL there, never go to the NFL.
Nobody ever knows that.
Of course not.
Nobody ever
Of
thinks
course
like
not.
that. I wish we got to a point where the money didn't be the end all be all factor. Like
absolutely right.
It would take a strong-minded and strong-willed kid to be like, you know what? Because that happens probably with Ohio State recruiting. Like, it's like
it happens for all big time school recruiting.
And they talked about it with the wide receivers. Those receivers would be like, I was going there because I've seen the development and Heartline and all of those things. So I'm good with taking less because I know that it's going to help me get to where I got to get. And you would hope that can happen to kids in high school, but I'm not naive to understand the fact that everybody's situation is different. There's kids in the ghetto that's probably mom is behind on rent 3 months, and they've got the red notice on the door, and somebody about to come save the day, and it's like, yeah, I got to do it to take care of my family, but.
And now we've
like I know
right.
that, yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
We are totally okay if at 21 or 19, or well, I don't know, what age would you typically be if you're getting drafted, right? In the NFL, let's say. You're probably 20, 21, 22, that
something
age
like
range.
That. Well,
like
I'm saying, you could be 25 nowadays. How old is Carson Beck?
Yeah, right. All right. If you're 37 years old and you've right.
That dude Cam Rising from Utah. Ain't he like 27?
Right. But like generally speaking, there are 20, 21, 22-year-olds who are deciding, should I continue my education or go to the NFL and go get paid? Right? Just in general, we've become okay with that over the last, how long ago was that? Probably 40, 50 years ago, where that became a thing, that we became okay with guys who were 21 or 22 making that decision, who also, like you said, parents may lose their house if they don't decide to forego school and go get paid.
I mean,
right? We're okay in basketball if a guy who's 18 makes that decision after 1 year in college. That's allowed, right?
I mean, it definitely it factored in my decision to leave early because I told you my sister was getting incarcerated and she had 4 kids and we had to take care of them. So like it factored into my decision as well to leave. Like,
are you telling me
I truly understand
that the guys on the message board who were screaming, "If Tyvis Powell leaves, he's dead to me"? Like, you're telling me that didn't weigh in as much as your actual family situation? I'm shocked.
I didn't even know it was a such thing as a message board.
It'd never go. Never get on it.
When I was playing, if I didn't see it on Twitter or Instagram, I wouldn't see it.
And that's where I'm saying, like, so we're okay with a 22-year-old making that decision. In the NBA, we're okay with an 18-year-old or 19-year-old making that decision. Now, like you just mentioned, Chris Henry Jr., he made his decision to come to Ohio State initially and commit. How old would he have been? 17?
He committed
16?
early. What, he committed for like 3 years?
So I'm saying we're now even okay with Chris Henry Jr. or players of that caliber making a commitment to a school early on in their process, when I think you can get offered when you're, a sophomore?
Something like that,
okay.
Yeah.
So my daughter's going to be a sophomore next year. She'll be 16.
Well, no,
I'm saying
you get an offer earlier than that.
But you can't.
The baby Gronk kid? He committed.
Yeah, you're right.
You can get 5 different schools.
You can get offers. You're right. You can get offers as early as they offer kids in 7th grade. You're exactly right. But you can't sign it, I don't believe, until your junior year. Anyway, the point is, we're okay with people making those commitments at 17. Now that's talking about, that's not just a school decision. That's a financial decision, right? Because the schools are working out NIL money. You've got handlers working that out for you, too. So we're okay with a 17-year-old, 16-year-old kind of getting that in their head and thinking about it as they're playing high school sports. Now we're opening it up to, hey, in high school, maybe you're not getting those offers for college, but you could get $50,000 if you endorse this product and stay at this school that we want you to stay at.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm saying, I don't think it's as cut and dry as high school sports, no money, done. That would be an easy solution, but it undercuts the reality of what's actually going on.
And doing middle school too.
Well,
that's ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie,
dude.
That's ridiculous.
I am again both minds. Like we were talking earlier about the dude who got in the bar fight. The Penn State hockey players alleged to have knocked the dude out because the guy was talking about his mom. Like, I'm of both minds on that. It's like, I get why you can't do that. talk about my mom in front of my face, that's probably going to be something that, like, my mind would say, I need to fight you over that. But the smart side of my brain would say, we can't do that. We can't do that. That's a bad decision.
You know how disrespectful that is, though.
It is disrespectful.
Disrespect my mom while I'm standing right here.
And she's right there.
Like, that's
terrible.
You asking for it.
Right. And same thing here, where I can see the scenario of, yes, it's corruption. Yes, there's a lot of bad that can come from this. However, we're letting 19-year-olds make this decision if it's the NBA. We're letting 16 and 17-year-olds make this decision about where they're going to play their college sports. Now we're just saying, hey, if you're 16, 17 years old and someone wants to pay you $50,000, $100,000 to endorse a product, am I supposed to stand in the way of that and say, no, because that makes me, some random guy, uncomfortable who never would have ever had this opportunity in high school. I'm going to get mad online about it.
And somebody brought up, like, Legend Bay's family. With
that whole, yes.
Like, yes, I agree. And that was terrible.
What his family, if you don't know, supposedly, I mean, they were trying to influence heavily where he went to school. And it's believed that maybe they were looking at the financials only and saying, we'd rather you go to Tennessee as opposed to Ohio State. He didn't want to go to Tennessee. He got out of that. Now he's coming here. But yeah, that family drama. He's allowed to make that decision at 17, 18 years old. But apparently you're not if you're a junior getting an offer of an endorsement. That's why I think this is such a very nuanced, tough discussion to have. And I do, one part of my brain hates it, but the other part of my brain says, we're not going to stop Justin Bieber from making records when he's 15, 16 years old. Should we be stopping guys who are good at football or basketball? That's a bigger question. All right. 2 minutes away. NFL honors are tonight. Who's going to win? Are there Buckeyes that are going to win? We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Noticing two incidents downtown. The first one's going to be over by Fort Hayes Park. 670 eastbound, just passing that 71 southbound area. We do have a crash where that left lane is currently blocked. We do have a disabled vehicle as well, 71 northbound at Greenlawn Avenue, where that left shoulder is blocked. And we're seeing delays as far back as 71 over by Frank Road for your Thursday. Lastly, if you are heading towards Cincinnati in our southwest corner, even passing Jeffersonville, do note there's a crash on 71 southbound, just passing State Route 41, Washington Courthouse. Expect some lane closures out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey there, it's Bo Bishop here. Valentine's Day is about showing her how much she means to you. And when you're buying jewelry you don't guess, you go with the best. That's why I trust my friends at Diamond Seller. Whether it's a necklace, bracelet, earrings, or something a little more personal, Diamond Seller makes sure you get it right. For nearly 80 years, they've helped guys find the perfect gift with luxury designer collections and expert advice that makes the process easy. And guy to guy, no pressure, no confusion, just great options, honest help. This Valentine's Day, give her something she'll never forget. Diamond Seller, Sawmill Road, Easton Town Center, online at diamondseller.com.
Attention, men. If you wake up and you feel like you got hit by a truck, if your waistband keeps creeping out, if your bedroom game is rated M for missing, you feel it, she notices it, and you're not alone. For many guys, this is ED and low testosterone. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic, powered by Men's Pro, comes in. We didn't copy men's health trends. We built a playbook since 2014. Labs in minutes, in-person care for better results, urology-backed science. A recent 54-year-old patient told us, I feel like I'm 30 again. He's crushing it at work and back in the gym, lifting like he did years ago. Oh, in his words, not mine, fun is back in the bedroom. I feel like a beast. Another guy said, they treated me like a person, not a patient. I wish I came in sooner. We have treatments that work for over 92% of men, even when the pills fail. And this month, when you start a treatment plan, your first month is on us. Call 614-300-7400. That's 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan, Ohio sports destination. No, I've never heard of the band on T-Bone's shirt either. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Somebody brought this up in the chat. We're talking about high school athletes getting paid NIL money. The state, they're debating whether or not the legislature is, whether or not to put a bill in to ban that.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who said in the chat, but they brought up a good point. Macaulay Culkin was swimming in dollars.
Yes, he was.
Well, and you brought up...
Jiminy check-wise burner.
Yeah, spot on point. And you brought up in the break that Raven Simone has been on TV.
Yeah.
She was on TV when she was like 3.
What you say is Esteban Weaver?
Oh, Esteban Weaver is a guy.
He would have been a cash money millionaire. He would have been on for the 99s and the 2000s.
If you don't know, it's okay. I understand that's for the older crowd here, but like back in the day in high school basketball, Esteban Weaver, Kenny Gregory, that run that those guys were on. Kenny Gregory went on to play for Kansas, but Esteban Weaver, unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. He's one of those like should have beens, would have beens, could have beens. But like he's a guy that there was no NIL money back then, and it didn't work out for him because of a variety of factors, right? Some of that's on him, some of that's probably on the people who were guiding him at the time. But the point here is that happened without there being big cash incentives legally, whatever. Like all of that stuff can happen to you. You can have your career derailed by injury and never make it as a college or pro athlete. Yeah. So if a high school athlete has an offer to get $100,000 or whatever it ends up being, I mean, again, I don't know what possesses someone who's a legit businessman or an illegitimate businessman for that point, or businesswoman, to come up and say, hi, high school sophomore, here's $200,000. Because what have we seen in the college space with that?
$200,000 back in the day when I was in high school.
Woo! Right.
I would have walked in and told my mama I own the place.
Yeah, but you know what else? And this is, but again, I understand all the problems that come along with this, and I do think there is an issue with it. However, I had a job at Kroger when I was a high schooler. If I went into my job at Kroger and they're like, hey, we're bumping your salary, you're going to make, $100 an hour. Would I have been like, I'm sorry, there's got to be something illegal going? Like, no, we would have all signed up for that.
I would have said, listen to me, my school lets out at 2:20. I'm going to be on the clock at 2:30 till close.
Yeah, I'm working as long as I can. I'm working 7 days a week. Right. Like, I'm saying we all act like, no, that would, and it probably would be bad. I also know all of us would have taken it. Like, almost all of us would say, yes, I would like that. The problem is most of us didn't have a skill set that anybody was willing to pay that for. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how in a world where you currently have guys like Ross Bjork, who runs one of the largest athletic programs in the world, is out here saying, unless we can get private equity money, we're running out of funds to make all this happen. Like in the college space, because of NIL and everything else, partially, we are hearing how no one has any money. What was it, Florida State's?
They're like $400 million in the hole.
Right. So we're hearing how unsustainable this
$7 million. I don't understand it.
We're hearing how unsustainable it is, but we're also hearing people are desperate to give their money to a high school sophomore to play basketball or football. Like, that won't work either. That will be unsustainable. That will be bad.
Explain to me how you could be $400 million in the hole and the repo man ain't pulled up yet.
No kidding.
They should have took over.
No kidding. Well, that's over the place. This is like when we talk about the national deficit, where it's like, oh, we're $31 trillion in deficit. It's like, what about debt? Because if I had $31 trillion in debt, it would have been repoed by now. But deficit must be something different. Because I don't get that. We talked about that with Rutgers. Aren't they they're also
it's
like hundreds of millions
like three
in the
teams
hole.
That's like in the hole. A lot of money.
Right. So I get all the negative issues with all of that. I don't know how it would be sustainable in high school athletics. I also have a big problem standing in the way of someone who's like, oh, wait, so if I'm good at acting, I can go make millions of dollars in Hollywood doing that. If I'm good at basketball and I'm in high school, I can't make that money because people are going to say that's I don't know how we fix this. What in my brain, what would fix it is people using their brains to say, I don't give high schoolers $500,000 because that's probably a bad idea. That's probably a bad investment. I don't care how popular the player is, unless they're Kobe Bryant in high school or LeBron James in high school, that money's never coming back to you. You're never making back hundreds of thousands of dollars on a car. I'm not buying a car because some sophomore at Gahanna was like, go to this dealership. I'm not going. Sorry. I don't care. You don't even know how to drive. So, like, that's not a value to me as a businessman, but I know people would line up to do it because people are lining up to do it for college athletes. They're lining up to do all kinds of bad deals. So I feel like it should be stopped by common sense, but we've lost. That's out the window, apparently. So, yeah, good luck with all that.
You know it's not out the window?
What's that?
Tonight.
Yeah.
9 to 11.
Yeah.
On NBC and NFL Network. NFL honors.
Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, so I'm looking at it's a two-man race. Like the MVP, the list is Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, CMC, and Matt Stafford. So let's just go ahead and eliminate 3. Josh, Trevor, and CMC. Thank you for participating. You're not in this. It's a two-man race between Matthew Stafford and Drake May. And I just don't think you cannot give it to Matt Stafford after the season he's had. Yes, I understand Drake May has done what he's done. I love Matty Ice's argument of Drake May doing more with less weapons and all of those things. I respect that. But at the end of the day, people going to look back and they're going to look at statistics.
Mm-hmm.
And the stats is in the favor of Matthew Stafford.
You know what else is in his favor, too? It's like the Heisman, where it's like we rarely ever give it to a freshman who has a big year. That's like the year they get on the map. And then it's their sophomore or junior year where they actually get it, because now we're like, okay, they've established a body of work. Matt Stafford has gone his entire career and shown you the body of work. This is like the capstone to what I believe is a Hall of Fame career.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you feel that if you don't win an MVP, you shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame as a quarterback.
And that's not what I said.
Is it not?
I said all pro.
All pro. Okay, all pro. Was he ever the best player at his position? That's what you said. That is fair.
Correct.
Okay.
Which I think wasn't he first team all pro this year?
I think you're right. Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, so you're good. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
but I'm saying I feel like they're going to look at Drake May and say he'll have more time to win. Matt Stafford.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
They're going to give it to Matt Stafford.
That happens all the time. I feel like that's what happened with the Biletnikoff with Jeremiah Smith this year.
Also, to note, they vote on these at the end of the regular season, so maybe he would have got more love if they would have voted on it like last week, per se.
Well, fair enough. Right. We'll see. Oh, are you talking about Drake May would have gotten? Okay, yeah, fair enough. But they didn't. They voted on this a while ago, and I think that's right.
Now, Offensive Player of the Year, that's the one that's going to be interesting because there's some names. Well,
there's a Buckeye on that one too. Jackson Smith-Njigba is in the running for Offensive Player of the Year, along with Bijan Robinson, Puka Nacua, Christian McCaffrey, and Drake May, as we talked about.
There's some names on that list. Defensive Player of the Year, that's solidified. They can go ahead and skip that one. That should be a fast one. The Offensive Rookie of the Year should be fast. Ted McMillan should probably win that. Although Tyler Shuck, very sneaky at the end. Defensive Rookie of the Year should be a quick one. Carson Schlesinger. Comeback Player of the Year, probably CMC, right?
That'd be my guess.
The guys in that category, Stephon Diggs, Aiden Hutchinson, Trevor Lawrence, and Dak Prescott, along with Christian McCaffrey. I think, Christian McCaffrey would make sense there too. Coach of the Year, another Buckeye. I think that's got to be Vrabel's to lose, right?
Either him or Ben Johnson or Liam Cohen. I mean,
or the other coach in the Super Bowl.
Mike McDonald is also up for it. You're right.
But the Seattle's been good though, right? Didn't they make the playoffs last year?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty. They were close, but I'm just saying the turnaround that they had from last year to this year, whatever the reasons behind that, they went out and got different players. All that can be true, but Vrabel, I think, is going to win that.
By the way, side note, I want to give a congratulations to Common Man and Timmy for coming in at 8th on the Baird Media mid-market sports radio afternoon shows of 2025. They came in at 8 in the top 20.
8 is great. That's what they're saying.
I would love to tune in this afternoon and hear how they feel about being 8th.
How'd you feel about being 8th?
Yeah, it's not great.
I was just glad that we even got considered, Tyvis. It's a big honor. It's nice to even be considered for that. So, that was good. All right, so there you go.
I loved it so much that I didn't even tell my kids about it. I didn't want them to look at me with disgust.
They're not going to look at you with disgust. By the way, Offensive Rookie of the Year, there were a couple other Buckeyes we didn't mention. Emeka Ibuka and Travion Henderson are both up for that award as well. I'm with you.
Big boo.
Him too. I don't think either of them are winning it.
Ibuka.
But those, good for them.
Emeka had it at the beginning. He fell off. Too. He fell off bad.
And whose fault is that?
Baker Mayfield.
We're going to hit the buzzer next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
When it comes to our roads, the busiest areas are still going to be downtown. We are seeing our latest crash, 71 northbound at 670, where that center lane is currently blocked. We are still seeing some delays just south of the metro as you're heading, though, towards the city after a disabled vehicle. It's happening right now, 71 northbound at Greenlawn Avenue, where that left shoulder is blocked. We also have a crash in our southeast area, just south of Bexley, 70 eastbound at 33. That right lane is blocked block, but not really seeing any slowdowns as of right now. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment
on any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $100 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $100 more. See store for details.
The common phrase is new year, new me, but that's hard to do when you're dealing with pain. Hi, I'm Tyvis Powell with QC Kinetics. I struggled to get through the day just like you until I seen my guys at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his staff brought me treatments that help my body repair my knees and shoulders. If you're like me and don't want to have an operation that keeps you away from doing activities, then visit QC Kinetics, where your treatments is in the office and there's no downtime. You'll be moving better and stronger, and that way you can accomplish all your goals. For me, I want to lose weight this year, and thanks to QC Kinetics, I can run and lift just like I used to when I was in the pros. Simple procedure that can deliver big life-changing results. Let January be your clean slate. Stop managing the pain and start solving it with QC Kinetics right here in Dublin. Call now for your free consultation. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Thanks to your support, the nonprofits VetTix and First Tix have given away tens of millions of tickets and counting to vets currently serving military, the immediate family of troops killed in action, and our brave current and former first responders. These tickets are a meaningful way to say thank you to America's heroes. And now we want you to be part of the mission. Got extra tickets to concerts, games, or special events? Or want to see if you qualify? We want you to go to vettix.org and firsttix.org today. Give something to those who gave.
It's Super Bowl 60. And since we're the official radio home of the Super Bowl, we can say the word Super Bowl and not big game. So we're going to say Super Bowl a lot. Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. Coverage starts Sunday at 4 on The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
2 men, 1 appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Joining us is 1/3 of Bishop and Friends, Ryan Baker, the producer, who's sitting in the 2 chair today, the second hardest working guy here at the Fan, only behind Tyvis Powell.
Speaking of the 2 chair, what are you doing? Trying to take over the 1 here? You just bumping Bone out of it?
Oh no,
Bone is. I'm in training.
We're working on getting him to a 1 seat.
Thug boot camp is what we call it.
You should have seen Baker yesterday. All day yesterday, he was walking around because I was telling him, like, hey, if you ever do introduce like the guests when we go have a guest on, it's the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Today we talked to Rick Nash.
Yeah.
What is his title? What's his new title?
Director of Player Development or Personnel.
Player personnel and development or something like that.
All those words.
This is why I didn't say it. This is exactly why
I said Jackets legend Rick Nash.
You know what helps with that? Index cards. Write this stuff down. Have them right there. You can plug them in your keyboard.
I had it sitting right here yesterday.
No.
If I was going to do it, but Bone took over and just did it.
Well, that's because it's his job. He's the number 1 here.
No, Baker, the whole idea here is to have him do the number 1 chair work, and then I get the number 1 chair money. That's the goal. Trying to see if we can work that out as best we can.
Baker,
but I admire that Tyvis, as like a former athlete, we have a lot of former players that come in here, and we set it up so that you can just come in and we can get your expertise. But he wants to be over here pushing the buttons and running the board and all that stuff.
Tyvis knows this because him and I have talked about this before. When I used to host with Tyvis on the weekends and whatnot,
good times.
I would always, whoever I was hosting with, because I didn't know if anybody else ever did this, and ask their input or opinion or what do you want to talk about. So I would always send them a text the day before, like, hey, is there anything you want to talk about? Any ideas? Anything you want to get? And every time I would text Tyvis, I mean, immediately I would see the dots start going. And I mean, he would give back 5-6 topics. Like, I want this. And I'm like, my guy.
Trying to make it easy on everybody, you know? Try to do what I can.
He wants to be a part of things.
Try to make it easy. Now, y'all rankings came out yesterday, and I want to, first of all, I see you came in at 6, so congratulations. How did you feel about that?
Well, next year, top 5. Matty Ice, we're coming for you. We're coming for you, so you better up your game and get up to 2 or 3, because if not, Bishop and Friends is hopping over you.
All it's Barrett Sports Media that puts out every year their rankings of like the top 20 sports shows in the mornings, middays, afternoons, all that stuff.
So that's what we're talking about. Matty Ice for placing at 5. But the reason I want to apologize to you and Bo and Reeser is because if you go up a little bit on the list, Baskin and Phelps is, I believe, 4th.
Yeah, I don't think Bo was too happy about that.
Well, every Monday, I always do a hit segment on basketball.
So it's your fault.
It's my fault.
Oh, wow.
I apologize. Wow. Y'all need to do a weekly Tyvis Pile. Guess who else?
Not a team player.
Guess who else does a weekly Tyvis Pile hit?
Rothman and Ice.
Rothman and Ice. Just saying.
Wow, look at that.
I might be part of the problem.
Well, we do a daily 3-hour hit segment on this one, and we finished 8. So what does that mean? I think it actually may have brought us down a little bit.
I'm glad you said that and not me. So
I don't know if that theory works, Tyvis. I'm just going to throw that.
It's how I feel about Will Ferrell. I like him in little bits, just not the whole.
Tyvis Powell is we're going streaking with Tyvis Powell. He's the Will Ferrell of this station. Love it.
But a lot of people love Will Ferrell. Just me personally. I like him as the number 2, not the number 1.
Yeah. Will Ferrell is walking around in LA right now going on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. He's doing it right now. Trying to prepare.
Or he's trying to play drums for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. One of the 2.
Hey, by the way, all you need is a sock.
Yeah. We told him about the
old helicopter.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of 1 chairs and 2 chairs, for some reason, not this weekend, but next weekend and the weekend after that, someone in management decided to put me and Cole in the 1 and 2 chair.
Oh,
on Fan Sports Sunday.
Oh, look at that! You're gonna be sitting doing actual hosting.
Me and Cole are gonna be sitting in the big boy chairs. Isaiah's gonna be producing.
Okay,
when is that? I gotta check that out now. What day is that? I gotta get that on the calendar.
I can't wait to get the YouTube chat for that, Dylan. The YouTube chat for that one is going to be on fire.
I was proofreading the schedules, and I was like, Timmy, is this a mistake? Who the hell approved this? Are we that desperate?
Is that
this Sunday?
Not this Sunday. Next Sunday and the Sunday after.
All right, so next Sunday is Daytona 500. So I expect a full rundown of every race car in there, every team, every driver, full preview of that.
The first guest we're booking is you, T-Bone.
Oh,
Daytona 500
No. You need to get a real expert on that. Although I did see last night they raced, because North Carolina, they had the Clash, they call it. They did it at a little racetrack called Bowman Gray Stadium in Winston-Salem, which is where they play, there's a college that plays football inside the infield too. Anyway, they've had snow. So they had to plow off the snow to run this race, and then it rained, and so all the cars were just sliding around all day. It was a mess last night.
By the way, and I've thought about this, and I know 2 weekends ago we had pure hell around here with all the snow we got, and there was a lot of snow, and all of the plow drivers, I thought they did a pretty good job getting us out there, getting us back on the streets, but we just stopped. We just stopped. There's still snow. Like my condo place, right? They plowed one strip, right?
Oh, they never came back?
Nobody ever came back.
No, just hit the one pass.
Well, next week it's supposed to be high 30s, so it might melt.
Oh, so that's just what we do? We just hope?
Yeah, it's good.
We're just pulling prey around here, Tyvis? What are we doing?
Dylan knows about that.
No, I obviously don't know about that.
Can we go back and finish the job? Okay, get a day or two to sleep. Let's get back to work here.
Exactly right.
There's a lot of stuff out there that could be removed.
Baker,
still.
nobody wants to work that hard. You know that.
No.
I saw someone.
Except you and me. We're the only two lunatics.
All right, you buy us a couple plow trucks. Me and you will go out there and finish the job.
Make it happen.
I think it'd be kind of fun.
Just as long as Tyvis doesn't encounter a 1.5-inch curb, then he might end up in a ditch, as he called it.
Tyvis, we may have to have Cardell buy him, and then we'll borrow him.
They pushed all the snow to the side on 270, and I saw someone catch the snow that's on the side and crash their car. Why are we not getting rid of that?
If you catch that lip, that's bad. You're exactly right.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's we did 75% of the job, and that was good enough. I mean, even out here.
I know.
I've been waiting on our parking lot to be done for a while.
I'm
surprised.
surprised.
How they ain't did this yet?
How much is it? We're paying all these security guards. How much is it to pay a guy at midnight when no cars are out there and clean the rest of it off?
That's right. Exactly right. Push it all over to the post office. That's
I'm the
what
first one to get here and park on that side. It's I have to guess where the parking spots are, and then everyone bases it off of me, and you shouldn't.
No, because we have
It's an important responsibility.
That's right. All right. So Bishop and Friends today, it's you, Reeser, and Isaiah, right?
Yeah, Uncle Bell's still under the weather. We've got a lot. The Jackets, we're not going to see them for 3 weeks now. But they go into the break really hot. We'll have Aaron Portzline on at 9:30 to talk about that. Of course, it's Thursday, so Paul Feinbaum going to come on at 10:30. And then it is Super Bowl week. I feel like nobody's really talking about it that much, to be honest. But it is Super Bowl week, so we'll have John Breach. He does NFL for CBS Sports. He's out in San Francisco. We'll have him on to talk a little Super Bowl.
There you go. Bishop and Friends, 9 to noon, right here on The Fan. Thanks, Bake.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the chill? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train furnaces, including 0% APR for 60 months.
I don't know if you've heard, the World Baseball Classic is soon to be upon us, and unfortunately, you got players exiting left and right because players have unfortunately been told that their contracts, the insurance on those contracts for their major league contracts, not guaranteed if you get injured in the World Baseball Classic. So some high-profile guys have already said, nope, no thanks. Part of that is because players who have been injured before, the insurance on these contracts will not cover chronic conditions. So, if you've already had elbow issues as a pitcher, and then you go out and tear your UCL and have to get the surgery, that's not going to be covered, and your contract's not going to be covered. So, that's a problem for the World Baseball Classic.
That's the end of that.
Yet another hurdle for that. So there's still some guys obviously going to do it, but I saw Frankie Lindor, I think, has dropped out, Jose Altuve, among others. So, yeah.
But we got Jamar Chase doing backflips into the end zone in a flag football game that nobody gives a rip about. God, could you imagine Bengals fans right now if he had blew his knee out doing that?
Right, yeah.
You can't think like that.
Yeah, there's going to be a hockey tournament here, I hear, in the Olympics. It's going to involve quite a few high-profile guys.
Let's go, Zach.
You got that. Exactly
Let's go,
right.
Zach.
Bishop and Friends is next. Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Noticing some more traffic on the north side of Columbus, really just north of Worthington. We have been slowly and closely watching a crash on 270 eastbound, just passing 23, where that right shoulder is blocked out there. But here's the thing, another crash happening in the last 10 minutes or so. So expect some lane closures on that State Route 315 northbound ramp as you're heading towards 270 and 23 out there because of yet another crash. Folks, take it nice and easy and nice and safe on the roads for this Thursday. I'm 10 TV's Brianna.